Boys, it's gonna be a good night. Boys, it's gonna be a good night. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Let me re-smack. Let me re-smack real quick. Re-smack. This is gonna be, let's see here. Hollow Knight and then lore. Okay, that doesn't work. YouTube? What with the YouTube? How about that? Lore and YouTube? Oh yeah, bro. That's a W. Imagine there are countries in a... Oh yeah, rip. Big rip. Oh yeah, boys, I think we're ready. I think we're good to go. Ready? Prep for stream? What do you guys think? So today is going to be the final stretch. Okay? It's gonna be straight React content. It's gonna be us going through, watching the lore videos, and really just digging deep into it before we get into the character list. Hollow Boy, what's up, homie? Yeah, I mean we've got the lore video. I'm curious to see what pulls up here. Oh, it actually pulls up first try. Wow. Shocker. Yeah, we've got... Is that in? Yeah, it's in. But yeah, we've got the tier list. We've got tier list today. We've got the mostly complete lore of Hollow Knight. I mean, I guess the only thing we can do is just hop right into it, right, homie? And then we talk about it as we go. Let's send it. Warning, this video contains a few spoilers for Hollow Knight. Please bear that in mind before embarking on the journey.
If you were to ask me, what is your favorite video game ever made? I would have to say Cory in the House for the Nintendo DS.
True.
But Hollow Knight would be a close second.
True.
Hollow Knight was released on February 24th, 2017 by Team Cherry, an indie game studio
into
based
the
in the mythical land of Adelaide, South Australia.
Wait, they're in Australia?
Over the past 3 years, Hollow Knight has become an indie darling.
Really?
The game has sold over 3.5 million copies. It was the opening game at ADGQ 2019.
What?
There's a Hollow Knight book, a line of
There's a book?
T-shirts, nicotine patches, nuclear warheads, and even vinyl records for all you
Wow,
goddamn hipsters.
wow.
Team Cherry had one goal when making Hollow Knight.
Forge
They wanted
your
to create
own
a world
path.
that allowed players to get completely lost in exploration. We can see
It
this
worked.
desire in Hollow Knight's design. The levels in Hollow Knight are massive, with secrets and rewards hidden in every nook and cranny.
I mean,
Be
there's
that
a
powerful
ton of
charms,
content.
special abilities, or the game's navigation system requires the player to work for their map, forcing them to make a stronger mental image.
Now,
of the world in
guys,
their
remind me after this. I'm definitely wanting to look to see if we can't get us a new display, Hollow Knight display to put right here, right next to my Monster Hunter one. Okay, we'll check that afterwards. Kitty Cat, what's up, homie? All right, let's get back into the vid.
head. Christopher Larkin's score and Ari Gibson's artwork lend to this as well, creating an atmosphere that the player won't want to leave.
Well,
There's one
we meet
aspect of Hollow
again.
Knight that keeps people like me coming back: the world building.
This is what's up. When you get
When
me
Super Metroid
Hollow
launched
Knight
in 1994, it stood out for its amazing sense of immersion.
in a
Now in
PS4,
1994, I
PS3,
was
true,
busy not being
true
alive,
and true.
but I've watched enough YouTube video essays to know that this game was a big deal. In case you didn't know,
Yeah, I
Super
wasn't
Metroid
alive
is
either, dude.
basically the granddaddy of all Metroidvanias. That's why they're called Metroidvanias. Now in Super Metroid, there are moments that give the player a sense of depth.
PS3,
Basically,
PS4,
the feeling
true.
that this world exists outside of Samus's interactions with it.
Oh, we'll
In the
play
room right
Minecraft
before
someday.
that
Don't even
diabetic
sweat that,
crocodile
homie.
thing, Samus can find the corpse of a random soldier. His inclusion here doesn't change the gameplay at all, but instead gives the player a sense of wonder about the world they are exploring.
True.
Who was this guy? why was he here in the first place?
And there's a lot of that
Did
in
he
Hollow
like
Knight.
jazz? Now, finding dead bodies and other random garbage is pretty cool, right?
True.
Well, Hollow Knight basically does the same thing. About a
Oh wait,
dozen
I
times.
forgot about that.
Through its world building, Hollow Knight turns Hallownest into a living kingdom. You can sense the ancient history of the land when you look at dilapidated structures or giant bards.
Guys, I'm going to keep pausing throughout the video, but that's something I've noticed a lot of when we play the game. Like, as you interact with the world, there's a lot of stuff that, like, whether it be the players died, like Coral and then our big boy when we fought the Manus, and he got stuck by the Manus's blade and stuff like that. Spoiler alert. There's a lot of that really cool stuff for world building and getting you into the actual world of Hollow Knight. Super cool. Also play Terraria. I can't play Terraria, bro. Can't do it.
Doors.
Terraria, I can't do it, bro.
Put into the game randomly.
I get bored.
There's a reason for it all.
Unless Terraria is just a bop that I never played. Actually, I've only played like 30 minutes of it, to be honest with you.
Layers of NPC dialogue, item descriptions, lore tablets, and even additional content
True.
like the Coral comic and Fan Gamer's Wanderer's Journal.
Whoa, that's
These
cool.
past 3 years have seen an insane amount of research by the Hollow Knight community to make sense of Team Cherry's sprawling world. We've even made
wait, time out. What was that? Time out. We want to talk about this?
These past 3 years
Okay,
have
where
seen
is
an
it?
insane amount of research by the Hollow Knight community.
Wait,
to
where
make
is it?
sense of
Nice. Why? AFK? Nice, bro.
Team Cherry's
All right, just want to make sure we all saw that.
We've even made it to the point where people are looking at the in-game signs to try and decipher Hallownest's logographic language. In this video, I hope to give you a long and detailed look into the world of Hollow Knight.
Wait,
Exploring
what?
Hallownest's history and uncertain future. When I'm not busy making surprisingly accurate Super Smash Bros. Roster speculation videos, or insightful podcasts about beloved subjects like the Donkey Kong Country television series,
True.
or whatever this was supposed to be, I'm usually making videos about
He actually
Hollow Knight.
disliked all of his
While I'm a
videos.
seasoned Hollow Knight lore expert, I cannot confirm that every musing or theory presented in this video
37
is completely
pages?
correct.
This
I
is
highly
volume
recommend
1.
checking out the lore section of the Hollow Knight wiki if you want a more neutral explanation of Hollow
I
Knight.
thought it was a wiki. I didn't know it was a
But
wiki.
if you're too lazy to read, then I suggest you sit back, order some Domino's pizza, or just grab a block of cheese from the fridge
Bro,
and enjoy the mostly
sus?
complete lore
Yeah, real
of
sus,
Hollow
brother.
Knight. It's a
Where are
simple
we
fact
starting?
of life that every human worships a god.
Oh,
Be
look,
that
that's
technology, ideologies.
That's the
or in
residence,
rare
right?
Cases, God. As it turns out, the bugs in Hallownest pretty much operate in the same way. From the Mosskin born from the dream of a giant slug, to the emo kids of the ancient civilization who literally
Really?
worship the darkness.
No cost too
There is no
great.
shortage of things
Hail
to
King.
worship in the world of Hollow Knight. Our story
That's-
begins with
that's-
a creature
that's
very
rough,
much
bro.
worthy of worship.
That's
A
deep.
creature born from the carcass of a worm. The carcass can still be found in the Kingdom's Edge.
Oh, that's
and
what
it's a
that
really
was?
good look at what worms actually looked like. At the time Hollow Knight occurs, it is suggested there are no worms left in the world. They were incredibly long creatures that featured little to no limbs. Another more mysterious property of worms was that they had some kind of prescience or foresight. Basically, they could see the future to some capacity.
Oh,
It
okay.
isn't clear
That makes
how effective
sense.
this
Yeah.
ability was. Considering how the entire race
The
went
Colosseum.
extinct,
Nice.
this foresight ability must have been pretty shit. Getting back to this particular worm
Unless
carcass,
the
it is
foresight
explained that
was
this
they
worm
needed
traveled
to
across the distant
die
mountains
to
and wastelands
keep going
beyond
on.
Hallownest.
Just
Once
saying.
it arrived in Hallownest, the worm died.
What?
Except not really. Inside the maw of the carcass sits a pale broken egg, out of which hatched a new form of worm, a being of meager shell. This form of the worm is usually
Oh, is that
referred
him?
to as the Pale King.
Well, that's the
He's
homie.
the character basically responsible for everything that happens in Hollow Knight. The Pale King is a higher being, a type of creature that exists above all others.
Look at him all.
His body was said to shine with a radiant
We gave him
vistage
300
that
we gave him
harmed those who
3,000
looked
geo.
upon him. The ultimate goal of the Pale King seemed to be in line with that of
Is this
other
too loud or is
worms.
this good?
A line from the cryptic Mr. Mushroom reads, "Worms pull bugs into their thrall, till ages pass and kingdoms fall." In other words, it's just in their nature. Dogs wag their tails,
Yeah.
cats bury their shit, and worms bring massive amounts
True.
of bugs into their service in order to form long-standing kingdoms and civilizations.
They're giga
And here
worms.
in a far corner of the world, the Pale King emerged from the corpse
Dead
of his former
cells
self
for
and
the
began
queen
to
of-
build his eternal kingdom, Hallownest. There's this one slight problem.
I
There's,
saw that.
like,
That'd be sick.
people already living there. The area that would eventually become
Whoa,
Hallownest.
whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, this fan map is actually sick, guys. This is sick. Wow. That's incredible. There's the Blue Lake. Wait, so the Blue Lake actually rains down on the City of Tears? Is that right? Is that what that is? Or is that irrelevant and that's something completely different? How does the City of Tears even rain? Unless it is from the Blue Lake. Can we confirm or deny? Yes, that is it. It does make sense. That does make sense. Whoa, and then there's Crystal Peaks. Yo, wait. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, we're gonna keep going.
Was already filled with mantises, bees, moths, spiders, mushrooms, and bush cosplayers. Each of these groups were already operating with their own cultures and societies, and each group had a different interaction with the Pale
Not fan map. If you buy the PS4 or other copy, there's a map by Team Cherry you get. Oh, that's actually sick.
King. One of the more receptive groups to the arrival of the Pale King were the mushrooms of the fungal wastes.
I love these guys.
These creatures were able to communicate with one another through one shared mind. The mushrooms viewed this shared mind as a strength, and they were kind of smug dickheads about it.
True.
Ultimately, the mushrooms wearily accepted the Pale King's rule, viewing his foresight as a shield to the dangers of the future.
Yo, can
Another group living in the fungal wastes is the Mantis tribe.
Don't forget, guys, we're doing a tier list after this.
The Mantises have a rich cultural history reaching back to long before the birth of Hallownest. The Mantises are a proud tribe.
Yeah, these guys are like
the importance of
assassins.
proving one's
They're like
physical strength.
assassins.
The Mantises are
looking
fiercely
dude.
territorial, but will show respect to those who display great power.
Hey,
These Fight Club enthusiasts were
that's
led by
us.
4 powerful Mantis Lords, who I guess just kind of sat around waiting for outsiders to challenge them. The Mantis tribe had no interest in the Pale King's kingdom, but the two
These guys go hard.
Truce.
Can we agree?
In
Mantises
exchange
go
for their
hard.
Independence from Hallownest, the Mantis tribe kept the beasts of Deep Nest from invading Hallownest. Not sure why they didn't just go out the other exits from Deep Nest, but whatever.
True, they
I'm
didn't
not
have
an
them
expert
unlocked
on
yet.
Border Patrol. I don't work at ICE anymore. Let's move on to Deep Nest. Now, many of the different tribes of Hallownest were kind enough to leave lore tablets behind.
The shapes and beats? I don't even know what that is, bro.
To know about them. Unfortunately, the bugs of Deep Nest didn't do that. We know that the spiders of Deep Nest had a monarchy because why not?
Is it the
Those are
spider's
always
web?
good, right? Also, within Deep Nest are a separate group of spiders that immigrated to Deep Nest at some
Like a
point in
whole
the past.
template of
This group
like a
was known as
library.
the Weavers, and they established their own
Full
culture
game
and
bullet hell?
history within Deep Nest.
Well, that's sick.
They used looms of silk to weave stories, spells, and shields.
What did I say?
One thing we know for sure about Deep Nest is that they really didn't want anything to do with Hallownest.
That's so
The
cool.
struggles of Deep Nest Hallownest relations would become painfully clear as time goes on, but for right now, it seems like the two remained fairly isolated from one another. Another section of pre-Hallownest includes Green Path. Now, as far as
Green
we can
Path
tell,
is cool.
the mushrooms, mantises, and spiders of Deep Nest didn't worship any higher beings. There is this giant mushroom corpse in the fungal core, but I don't
That's
think
a big
this
boy.
is a higher being.
Yeah,
I mean, who the hell would want to worship a
That's just
fat-ass
that-
mushroom?
that's just a big
Fat-ass
boy.
slugs? Now that's dope.
Yeah,
Green
that's the
Path was
homie.
created by the higher being known as Un. Un used her great mind to dream the vegetation of Green Path into the once barren caverns. Un's followers, the Mosskin, were
Un?
also born out of Un's dream. Making
forget
her
who-
their
wait,
creator.
Who's on?
Green Path at its height was actually much
Is
larger
that
than we see
the
in
big
game.
slug?
At one point, Green Path stretched into both modern-day Queen's Garden and possibly Fog Canyon. Green Path's citizens showed themselves to be a fairly developed society. They built a temple at the Lake of Un in order
That one's
to
cool.
worship her.
The slug?
And they even
Yeah,
had their
Dream
own
Trapper,
line of
big-
defense,
that's
with
sick.
Moss Knights showing proficiency in combat, using nails and shells as weapons.
Moss Knights are cool.
The Law of Un continued to remain in effect even after the Pale King arrived, but it seems like they allowed the king to establish a road through their lands, leading travelers to the heart of Hallownest. Hence
Nice.
the name Green Path. Yeah, Team Cherry really racked their brains when naming this area, didn't they?
That's what I'm talking about,
Next,
baby.
we have the
Keep it
bees.
simple.
And while there is no lore on how these bees can turn into fucking drills, or how they can ignore all known laws of aviation, we do know how they reacted to the
These
Pale
bees are
King.
crazy.
These bugs decided to steal their hive off from the rest of the world.
Oh,
With
my
only
modded
patrol bees being able to
Soul
enter
Tyrant
and
mod
exit the
Dream
hive.
Trapper. That'd
So
be
yeah,
sick.
the bees are pretty much pointless in this story. And finally we have the Moth tribe. In-game, the only moth settlement is in the resting grounds. But the
Really?
tribe might have also inhabited the Crystal Peak at one point. Now, as we all know, moths in real life are just complete assholes. As for the moths in Hollow Knight,
Also.
well, it's a bit complicated. The
Wait,
moth
what?
race is described as being a rather pacifist group, with few ever choosing to take up a weapon. During the Pale King's
But
reign,
there's a few
the
of them
moth
that
race
do.
delved amongst dreams and the dead, displaying the importance of
Light of
remembering
Moth?
those who have passed, as well as learning how to shape dreams themselves. Similar to the Mothskin, the Moth tribe was born from a higher being known as the Radiance.
Really?
The Radiance is described as being a light in which the Moth tribe basked, so she was basically a giant lamp to them. Another important aspect about the Radiance
Wait,
is
that's
their
actually
ties to
sick.
dreams and a substance known as essence. Essence are the remains of wishes and dreams, and are represented in-game by these dreamcatcher particle effects. Essence can take the form of whispering roots,
Welcome back, homie.
as well as dream ghosts, both of which are memories taking root in the world. The Radiance appears to be a creature made of essence, but she isn't the only higher being to give off essence.
How many
Hun
are
has
there?
Green particles, the Pale King has gray particles, and this sexy character named Grim gives off fire
Hey.
red particles. However, the Radiance appears to be the main god when it comes to dreams, even if other gods also dabble in the dream realm. Getting back to the Moth tribe.
Wait. So there's actually different. So wait, there's actually different beings that hold different lights for dreams. So there's different characters can actually enter the dream realm differently. Is that what he's getting at?
Tribe. It is their interaction with the Pale King that we need to discuss. Basically, the Moths turned their backs on the Radiance completely in order to worship the new light that had appeared, the Pale King's light.
Oh.
So, Moths are assholes in this game too. With her tribe forsaking her,
Rip.
the Radiance became a forgotten memory,
Rip.
a remnant of the past.
Grim is a higher being when you dream nail him on Godhome. While he is bowing on, he will say something. Oh, really? They can make their own variation?
And a thing that's definitely not going to come up again later in this video. And so the Pale King
Really?
kingdom.
Look at that map. That map is sick. Yeah, I think the hive place is just a little thrown in. You know what I mean? It just seems like it's a little thrown in compared to a lot of the other stuff. But that's okay. That's okay.
Was established. Hallownest. But there is one aspect of Hallownest that we need to discuss. Unfortunately, to better understand this, we're going to have to read some poetry. In Wilds Beyond they speak your name with reverence and regret. For none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under palest watch you taught, we changed. Base instincts were redeemed. A world you gave to bug and beast as they had never dreamed. This is from a poem titled Elegy for
Our
Hallownest,
grand stage?
written by Motomon the Teacher.
Really?
The poem appears at the beginning of every playthrough, and hints at what the Pale King and his kingdom offered. Much of the land outside of Hallownest.
Without the hive, no hive blood for Palace, though? True. The bees were important. They helped us get through Palace, so bless up. Thank you, bees.
Appears to be a wasteland, where bugs survive off of instinct, without the burden of mind. Hallownest somehow taught these bugs and tamed their savagery. Basically, the
Really?
Pale King changed the instincts of his subjects and granted them higher thought. To get a better picture
That's
of this,
crazy.
let's look at two different characters, Boone and Tuck. These adorable panda bug things give us a clear display of Hallownest's effect.
I forgot about him.
While both appear to be the same species of bug, Boone is dumb as a sack of rocks, struggling to string together words, while Tuck speaks fairly clearly. The main difference between these two characters is that while Boone lives outside of Hallownest, Tuck lives beneath the city's capital. Basically, it appears as though Hallownest is a literal holy ground that raises the intelligence of those who dwell within.
That's wild. Dreamnail, the Radiance, she will say something.
The Pale King established a path.
I'll probably
starting
look
from
it
the
up.
Kingdom's entrance
Look up
in
what the
King's
Dreamness
Pass,
is.
winding through Greenpath and the fungal wastes, and finally ending at the massive capital at Hallownest's heart. We now know the capital city as the City of Tears, but that was likely not its original name. The rain that falls down onto the city from the blue lake above didn't begin until after the kingdom
Who said
collapsed.
that?
So unless the capital was originally named by some edgy literature student, the name City of Tears wouldn't have made much sense.
True.
The
That makes
king's
sense.
motivation for all this appears to have been his desire to be worshipped. The citizens of Hallownest believe that the Pale King created the world and everything in it. Shrines to the king can be found scattered throughout the kingdom.
Really?
And
Oh, I
king's
didn't even
idols were
notice
created
that.
And distributed to followers of the king.
We
Despite
gave him the
worship,
king
Pale
idols.
King often kept himself hidden from his
I do not
subjects,
fear you. I am
possibly
always
to hide his
mistaken.
blemishes. I mean, if you look at the size of the real Pale King to his statue in the ancient basin, the man is clearly overcompensating.
True.
The Pale King's White Palace was also built underneath the city, separating him from his subjects even more so.
Wait, so basically, the Pale King has a who's the little French dude in like the 17 or 1800s or whatever? I think it was 1700s. Who's that? Napoleon. He's got the Napoleon complex. It's okay. We'll let him do his thing. I'm not mad at
the
it.
same time, certain powers became shunned
Short
in
king.
Hallownest.
Short
Though
kings.
we don't know for sure if the Pale King had anything to do with this. Lifeblood is a blue liquidy substance that leaves those
That
who
stuff's
drink
cool.
it feeling refreshed. However, the use of lifeblood was seen as a taboo, and those who used it were demonized as heretics.
What?
The use of soul for combat
Hey,
was
hey,
also
play Hollow Knight
shunned.
public beta version?
Soul is a sort of life force in Hollow Knight
Bruh.
that animates the bodies of living creatures. But some characters are able to control the soul of others to conjure powerful spirits. But aside from a few exceptions, no citizens of Hallownest ever used this power.
Really?
However, the Pale King didn't rule alone. There was another higher being in the mix.
That's our mom,
A
right?
being known as the
That's
White
our mom.
Lady. The White Lady is a weird brute-like being that can be found in the modern-day Queen's Gardens.
Bruce mother?
She is encased in a strange cocoon, and we know very little about her. With as much exposition we get for the Pale King, there is next to nothing on the White Lady. But one thing we do know is that she likes to breed. Like,
Yeah,
a lot.
she's a
The
pumper.
White Lady would often retreat to the Queen's Gardens, an area of land once controlled by the Moss Kid.
Well, she's not a pumper.
How
She gets
exactly
pumped.
she walked around and actually went places is a lore question too deep for even my expertise. The White Lady is also known as a pale being, along with the Pale King. What exactly are pale beings? Well, we don't know for sure,
Are they-
but they seem to stand out even amongst higher beings as being even more powerful.
What?
I know that's a little confusing.
How did he die then?
So let's try using an example.
How did the Pale King die?
I'd say that regular higher beings are like a TP-Link Archer C7 AC1750 wireless dual-band gigabit router.
Nice.
While pale beings are like the Asus RT-AX88U
Nice.
dual-band 8X
Nice.
gigabit
Juicer
Wi-Fi
router. Juicer
Under the
router.
Pale King, Hallownest underwent a bit of an industrial revolution. He ordered the construction of the stagways, which were
is
used
super
to
cool.
transport passengers and goods. The Forgotten Crossroads and the storerooms above the City of
Well, that's
Tears
cool.
were used to store goods that traveled along these stagways. The king also ordered the construction of the
There's
tramways, because literally no one is safe from the threat of automation. A tram was built between the Forgotten Crossroads and the resting grounds. A second tram was built from the kingdom's edge across the ancient basin over to Deep Nest. And then a third tram was started in
Sick.
Deep Nest and attempted to go further into Deep Nest. Not sure how useful that would have been to the bugs of Hallownest, but whatever. The Pale King's a smart guy. I'm not going to question him. But anyway, the Pale
Shown
King's
here
super
being
smart
dead.
plan to build
Yes.
a tram in Deep Nest ended up getting a few of his tram workers killed. The bugs of Deep Nest rejected the
five-head
Pale
plan
King's
was.
attempt to build a tram in their territory, further cementing the poor relations shared between the two groups. Aside from
Oh, so they were
convenient fast
scrapping.
travel, regular pathways were also used to cart goods around the kingdom. From this was born probably one of the most important groups in Hallownest, and perhaps even all of fiction. An elusive guild of bugs, simply known as the Menderbugs. took to maintaining
Hey!
various signs scattered
They're the
throughout
homies.
Hallownest.
Look at the
From the
homies.
journal
Tweak.
entry of
What's
the
up, homie?
Menderbug,
Look at that.
we can catch a glimpse into their ancient and unknowable minds.
Dear, dear diary.
It's the
Isn't
worker
life the most
bugs.
Beautiful thing.
I love
Fixing
it.
Signs, mending posts, let them break, I say. I'm a better mender for all that repairing. I sometimes
What a
doubt there's
guy.
a single bug in all of Hallownest happier than me.
Another example of the Pale King's
Bizarre.
expanding infrastructure
What's up,
is
homie?
the Crystal Peak. This area is filled with crystals that grow rapidly along walls, ceilings, and even the
They have
shells
a
of
whole-
certain bugs. These
Looking
crystals were
pumped-
considered
looking pumped
valuable
today,
to the bugs
bro.
of Hallownest,
Hey,
resulting in
we gotta go to
large-scale
one end.
mining efforts. We don't actually see the
I
crystals
love the little
used
mining
anywhere
bugs.
else in Hallownest, but they are said to contain a sort of energy. The crystals are also said to
Guys, I wonder if they're gonna end up implementing the crystals into the new game. That'd be cool. Because if they're not used anywhere but the Crystal Way or whatever like that, that'd be sick.
Sing if you listen very carefully.
Oh yeah, guys, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you like the stream. Get more people up in here.
In terms of military, Hallownest's first line of defense appeared to be a group.
If you dream nail Grim on the battle, not Godmaster mode, he has 3 dialogues: the flame, the ritual, the triumph. You know, if you kill Minderbug in the palace, you found Sly, another door opened, that Minderbug's house will be so. Yes, actually, yes. I either watched a video or somebody told me to go in there. It may have been you actually. AFK sounds good, brother. It may have been you actually who told me to go in there, but I went in there. It was pretty cool.
Simply known
it's pretty
as
cool.
the
It feels
Five
bad
Great
actually.
Knights. The members of this esteemed coalition were Ogrim, Hagamol, Zamir, Drya, and Isma.
Oh, I didn't
For
know
being so
Isma was over
important,
there.
Most of the information about these knights has been lost to time.
Rip.
Ogrim is the knight we know the most about, since he is one of the few knights still alive during the events of the game.
He's,
Ogrim
I think, one of the
expressed a great
only
amount
ones,
of
right?
loyalty towards the king.
He's a
and
homie.
Maybe had something going on.
No, I didn't
with
tell you.
Isma,
Somebody told me
but
then.
we really don't know. Hagamol was known for his sense of humor and his soft-spoken voice, but at the same time,
He's a big boy.
He was also dummy thick.
True.
Mysterious Samir arrived in Hallownest from a
Big thick
serene
boy.
land, bringing with her a collection of delicate flowers. At some point, she also got into a relationship with a mantis, but not just any mantis, a daughter of one of the mantis lords.
What?
So yeah, it seems like these great knights were slaying in more ways than one.
True.
All we really know about Drya is that she was fierce, caring, and wise. As for Isma, she was described as being kind. She also appears to be some sort of weird plant life form, but
I don't
there's
know
no
if she
information on where
was
she's
or if
from
she just
or what her powers
she just got
were.
like stuck in the
Five
side of
Great
a
Knights played an
wall.
important role in the Champion's Call, the Knotted
You know, it could have been
Grove,
one or the
and
other.
the Battle of the Blackworm.
What
We
the
have
heck's the
no idea
battle?
what these
What are
events
those?
were or how they affected Hallownest, but they sound cool nonetheless.
True.
During Hallownest's reign,
Oh, look,
there
is that
was
another worm?
strange area that seemed to exist separate from the Pale King's
Looks like
rule.
another worm.
Carved
back
out of
from
the
Din
corpse
Din?
of an ancient
Nice.
bug, an area called the Colosseum of Fools was constructed, and it was a destination for warriors from outside Hallownest. The sole purpose for fighting in the Colosseum
Yep, we
appeared to
beat
be
that.
simply for glory.
Hope
with
you
a
ate good
mysterious
at Din
figure
Din.
known as the Lord Fool overseeing the combat. We don't know when the Colosseum was constructed.
I love
or
this
if
guy
Pale
hanging
King was
upside down.
involved, but one of his servants, the Pale Lurker, became a champion
Yo.
in the
Why does this pale lurker? Why does this pale lurker look like the guy, the my precious dude from Lord of the Rings?
Colosseum, perhaps indicating the Pale King's approval. And finally, there was the Royal Waterways, where the fecal
Gollum.
excrement of the kingdom
guy looks
was
like Gollum.
washed out into the fungal wastes. This area saw the rise of a species of parasite-like creatures called the flukes.
Those things are gross,
the
bro.
flukes spawned from the fluke marm, a giant monster with cavities in which tinier flukes live.
That's that
There really
8-second
isn't
boss
too much
fight.
lore involved with the flukes, but I do need to point out that the fluke marm is canonically a MILF. Like, that's not even debatable. The sky is
Fluke
blue,
marm?
2 + 2 = 4, and we all want to fuck this thing.
Chill, bro.
And so
Chill.
this was the kingdom of
Chill,
Hallownest at its
dude.
height. Hallownest was a vast kingdom connected by a network of stagways and tram stations. The bugs of Hallownest mourned their dead on the resting grounds, engaged in commerce using Geo, the de facto
Yep.
currency of the region, and a thriving capital located in the middle of the kingdom.
Wow, wow, wow.
The Pale King had succeeded
So
in
cool.
crafting a full-blown society, but we all know
So
there
cool.
are pitfalls to
Uh-oh.
living in a society. As a suspiciously knowledgeable hunter points out in his journal, the Pale King had created a population of weak and pathetic creatures.
What?
The bugs of Hallownest did not hunt for their own food and had become complacent with their comfort. This is even more obvious with the east wing of the capital. These greedy
Look at
members
'em.
of Hallownest's high society became complete cowards, obsessed with riches and plum from excess
Wow.
wealth. The bugs living in Hallownest prime.
You play
looked
Roblox?
quite
Sorry,
different
homie, I
than
don't
the
play
instinctive
Roblox.
simpletons they once were. Their savagery had been replaced with intelligence, and through that intellect,
'Cause I do?
they gave the Pale
Put
King
the work on 'em, bro.
devotion and service he desired. And while there were a few snags along the way,
Whoa,
they
check
were
out all the
shining
plump
times for
worms.
the king and his subjects. Resting at the threshold of Hallownest is a strange lore tablet proclaiming Hallownest to be the last and
Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Beyond this point, you enter the land of the King and Creator. Step across the threshold and obey our laws.
only civilization.
Woo!
It calls Hallownest an eternal kingdom. This appears to have been the Pale King's goal, for Hallownest to stand against a wasted world as a final beacon for civilization.
Is free?
And
Let's play
that
together.
was the
I'm good,
Pale
brother.
King's
I
ultimate
appreciate it, though.
folly, to think that he could succeed where so many others had failed before. Long before the Pale Kings or the Barry Bensons of the world,
This guy's got
the land
Thanos
of Hallownest
plans.
was controlled by an ancient caste. Hints of Hallownest history are littered throughout the land, with the most notable examples being the Soul Totems and Arcane Eggs.
Those are so cool, actually.
One sect of these ancient bugs didn't worship a god like the Pale King or any lord, but instead a dark and mysterious substance known as the Void. This ancient
Oh wait, that's what we're
caste
made out of,
once
right?
also tried to lay
Or part
claim
of
to
us?
the entire land of Hallownest, but they too failed. In his quest to conquer all of Hallownest, the Pale King had made an enemy long forgotten, an enemy that was
What?
about to be remembered.
Is this the Radiance? No, it's lots of
I
fun.
mentioned earlier that the
I believe
Moth
it, bro.
tribe entirely
There's a
forgot
lot of
about
other
the
games I'd rather
Radiance
play.
in order to worship the Pale King, but that isn't quite true. Memories of her still lingered,
Radiance
and hushed whispers
must
of
kill
faith
all?
kept the Radiance alive.
True.
At the summit of the Crystal Peak, a location known as Hallownest Crown, a strange collection of glyphs can be found.
That's a
Joining
lot.
these glyphs is a statue of the Radiance,
That's the homie.
presiding over the kingdom below. This old summit is the sole standing shrine left to the Radiance.
Wait. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but guys, didn't the Moth Lady say that we have made a grim mistake and basically rejected the Radiance? That's what they were talking about, right? So the Dream Moth Lady really goofed. Well, Radiance does not want to kill them. Radiance just wants to take their free will away. Oh, really? Interesting.
This was
Okay.
built in order to keep the memory of the Radiance
Welcome back, homie.
alive. The Radiance's light began to appear in the dreams of Hallownest citizens. This light manifested itself in an infection that ravaged through the kingdom's
Really?
tunnels. Those infected would fall into a deep sleep and awaken with broken minds. Some of the lesser bugs tried to resist the Radiance's light, which only resulted in them being consumed by it even more so. Many infected bugs lost their wills and began attacking the bugs that weren't infected. The infection also twisted the bodies of its hosts, causing them to bloat and occasionally develop orange cysts on their bodies.
Gross,
For many
dude.
victims, they were reverted back to their basic instincts, carrying out the duties they once fulfilled in life, but now as mindless slaves.
Rip.
Those caught up in the infection were linked into the Radiance's hive mind, allowing her to control their bodies if needed. As the infection spread across Hallownest, many groups looked to solutions.
Before the Pale King came, they had no free will, but when the Pale King came, he gave them the gift of mind. Yo, that's sick. That's actually
fight off
sick.
the
I can help you in
Radiance's
Minecraft?
light.
I believe it, brother.
The gates to the city of
We'll
Tears
pass on
were
Minecraft right now,
closed
though.
in an attempt to keep the infection from reaching the city. The stagways were also shut down at some point, and many of the stags eventually died out, but some took more proactive efforts against the infection. The scholars of the Soul Sanctum decided to harness the power of Soul in an attempt to fight the infection. This resulted in the deaths of hundreds of bugs, whose souls were sucked out and injected into the bodies of the scholars. Their goal was to achieve some kind of pure focus, which would somehow protect them from plagues of the mind. The scholars' leader, the Soul Master, was driven mad by the sheer power of Soul, and his entire sect failed to avoid infection.
So all those guys sucked the soul out of them. That's actually wicked, dude. Radiance made bug kind. What other multiplayer game you have on Steam? I've got a lot of different games on Steam, but right now, like after this, the next stream will actually be on Elden Ring, and we'll be running that, guys. Whole new game, whole new same vibe, but different game, right?
But hey, at least they took as many innocent people down with them as they could. The Mantis tribe, showing a stronger will than the common bug, were able to stave off the infection.
Yeah, the Mantis tribe goes hard.
One of the 4 Mantis lords turned against his sisters. He and his followers took in the infection willingly, as it gave them more strength and courage.
What?
At some point during all this, the traitor lord and his followers were exiled from the Mantis village, eventually taking up residence in the Queen's Gardens.
Oh,
The
I didn't
traitor
know
lord's daughter
that.
ended up dying at some point. This is the same Mantis that was in a relationship with Zamir, one of the 5 great knights. But the Mantises rejected their union because of Zamir's outsideness.
Whoa.
As
Is
a
that
gamer, rejected
yo,
their union
what,
because
is that her nail? You see how big that thing is right here? Is this her nail? It's freaking huge. Could you imagine this woman coming at you? Renella, Queen of the Full Moon. Spoilers.
of Zamir's outsideness. As a
Hey,
gamer,
great nail?
this type of practice is all
Hey.
too familiar, and honestly, it makes me sick. With the 5 great knights completely useless to fight against the infection, the Pale King devised his own scheme. A scheme involving a strange substance known as Void.
Is this
As I
Fivehead?
mentioned earlier, the Pale King's White Palace was built in an area called the Ancient Basin, but his castle wasn't the only noteworthy thing down
What?
there. At the bottom of the Ancient Basin was the entrance to a pit known as the Abyss. Within the Abyss was a lake
Spoiler,
composed of
rip.
void. The Pale King realized that this void could be given form, as evidenced by an imprint of such deep within the Abyss, possibly left there by the ancient
I'll play it.
civilization
Elden Ring,
that
it's all good, it's all
predated
good.
Hallownest.
Yo,
The Pale King devised a workshop in his palace, where he placed void in armor shells imbued with soul, creating servants known as
That's
king's
actually
molds and
crazy.
wing molds. These void creatures were somehow imprinted with the desire of the Pale King, so that they would
wait. Is that one of the collectors? Is the void is a collector part of the void? Because it looks like the shape of one. Elden Ring is like, I actually have Neo 1. I have all of Neo 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure in my Steam library. They're going to be coming
serve
too.
him.
I've got
It
those
isn't
games in
clear
the
when
pipeline.
The Pale King started making these creatures.
Oh, it's those
There is
guys.
evidence
Those
to
guys are
imply that
sick.
even common bugs were aware of King's molds. But the point is, the Pale King turned to the void in order
What?
to create another creature, one that he believed could contain the Radiance and her infection. He tried to create a pure vessel. The Radiance's infection needs its host to have a will and a mind in order to enslave it. A pure vessel would be a creature made of void, designed to lack those features.
So
The Pale King believed that
It's
by
like
harnessing the
Belvar
void
from-
inside a pure vessel, he would be able to stop the infection and keep Hallownest lasting eternal. But his
really,
method for creating this so-called pure vessel was incredibly cruel. This is where the White Lady and her King Kong-sized
That's
libido come
sick.
into play. These two higher
Come on,
beings
bro.
engaged in a union of some kind, resulting in the creation of several eggs that were dropped down into the abyss.
what?
There, the void seeped into these eggs, corrupting the offspring of the Pale King and the White Lady. This act
No,
resulted in
dude.
the creation of the vessels. The vessels are not technically considered to be alive.
So many.
They are shells created from the Pale King and White Lady that have been filled with the void. Within each vessel is a shade, a completely void
That's
being
us,
hidden
right?
behind the face of the vessel. Vessels are also non-gendered. I guess because they're dead or something. I'm not sure if that's how
I don't
that
think they're
works,
actually
but whatever.
alive.
I'm not an expert on these kinds of things. I don't work at ICE anymore.
No?
Thousands of vessels were created during this process, but only one was chosen as the pure vessel.
That's
This
us.
particular vessel,
That's us.
chosen by the Pale King, was deemed the Hollow Knight, and was taken away to the White Palace. But I
Oh,
wanna
look,
take
there's
a
our baby
bit of
crib.
A closer look at this part of the story. There are a number of questions and theories surrounding this moment that I really want to dig into. The big question surrounding
Wait, no,
this
that's
moment
not
is
us,
why
is
was
it?
the Hollow Knight chosen over any other vessel? One common theory is that the Pale King took these vessels back to the White Palace
That is
and
Hollow Knight?
evaluated them
Oh.
using his giant collection of buzzsaws. This theory is probably the least likely explanation. It kinda exists just to explain the buzzsaws, which is quite the mystery, I'll admit, but doesn't really mesh with the vessels very well. How does being good at Super Meat Boy prove that you are a worthy vessel? And while thinking about logistics in a game about magic bugs is never a good idea, how exactly
True.
did the Pale King transfer these thousands of vessels to
True,
his
true.
palace without characters like the Dung Defender finding out?
So there
So
were
this means
others?
that the Pale King
Oh,
probably
he didn't
made
know.
his decision without taking any of the vessels out of the abyss. So how did the Pale King make his evaluation?
Maybe
I think
to
the best
a
explanation
dream?
comes from a theory I originally heard from a user named Golden Flower Fan. Basically, the vessels were hatched down at the bottom of the abyss, and the first one to make it to the top was chosen by the Pale King. In
Really?
memory of this event, we see vessels falling from above back down into the pit of the abyss. Perhaps these vessels weren't being cast down into the abyss, but fell while trying to escape out of it.
That's
The
wicked.
lore tablet outside the abyss appears to support this theory. It reads, "Our pure vessel has ascended. Beyond lies only the refuse and regret of its creation. We shall enter that place no longer." This tablet was likely written right after the Hollow Knight was chosen, considering that is when the entrance
there was
to the
literally
abyss was
1,000 of
sealed
those
off.
things, wasn't there?
The tablet proclaims
Hundreds,
that the
if
pure
not
vessel
1,000?
has ascended, or in other words, climbed out of the abyss. And while cut content should never be considered canon, I would just like to point out that an earlier version of this tablet, found in the game's code, was even more explicit about this.
Really?
It read, "From below, our pure vessel has ascended." But how does making it to the top of the abyss first
Interesting.
prove that the Hollow Knight is somehow a perfectly hollow vessel? Well, I think this whole concept might just be a misconception. What if the Hollow Knight wasn't any different from the other vessels?
I haven't played the first one
All
or the
vessels
second
were
one,
made
but I
in the
own
exact
the
same way,
games.
After all, the idea that the Hollow Knight was somehow more hollow than the other vessels comes from the fact that there were so many vessels created in the first place. If they only
Oh.
needed one, then why create so goddamn many? I mean, this is like Octomom.
Hey, there's
on
Waldo.
steroids. Well, these are bugs we're talking about.
Again,
so it would
it
make
looks
sense
sick
that
too.
multiple
That game looks
offspring
sick,
would
bro.
come from one egg. And it might have been a precaution to produce multiple vessels in hopes that at least one would be able to successfully escape the abyss.
That's a big egg. How's that tree mother thing pumping that egg and dropping it in the abyss when she's across the world? But now it's just a piece of cake. It's the same thing with Hollow Knight when I first started, right?
Now, another explanation could be that the Pale King just yeeted other vessels that made it to the top first, after determining that they weren't hollow.
True.
Which would better explain why so many were created. Ultimately, the
I could see
exact
that.
details aren't super important, but I do find it interesting how many
So
different
many.
interpretations can be pulled from this.
There
part
has
of
to be
the lore.
thousands of
After
those
the Hollow
things.
Knight was chosen, the Pale King sealed the doorway to the abyss, leaving the discarded vessels to rot away in darkness. These actions were not
Rip.
taken lightly by the Pale King or the White Lady. Both participants expressed shame in what they did, but saw no other option to save the kingdom. But the vessels weren't the only poor saps sealed away in the abyss.
Who else
There's
was?
also a lighthouse that was built
Oh,
on
I
top
forgot
of
about
a
that.
naturally formed spire, its light shining down on an ocean of abyss below. Inside
We did this.
was one of the Pale King's royal retainers, who was left in charge of keeping the lighthouse turned on. So this brave soul was willingly sealed in a dark and dangerous tomb for the rest of his life, just so he could not pull a lever. Well, at least he was living with purpose. With
Rip.
the abyss sealed and the Hollow Knight chosen, the Pale
Rip.
King's plan was beginning to come together. The Hollow Knight was raised in trained prime form, causing it to grow several times its original size. We don't know exactly why this happened, but I guess the Hollow Knight is just a grower and not a shower.
True. Grower, not a shower. Yeah, I relate. Hashtag relatable, brother. I get it. Minecraft better than you at Minecraft? Question mark. I hope you are.
We know that the Hollow Knight was trained to use a nail, but why was this even necessary? One
His
possible
nail is
explanation
sick.
is that the Hollow Knight needed to protect itself in case an intruder tried to kill it. You know, like the player. Or
Like
perhaps
us.
This was important in the process of containing the Radiance. Unfortunately, the details
Containing?
of that are never fully explained. The Hollow Knight might have somehow focused the Radiance inside itself, but Team Cherry gives us no explanation of how that might have worked. But that still wasn't enough for the Pale King.
What a wicked
Additional
storyline.
seals were needed in order to protect the Hollow Knight's physical body while the Radiance was trapped inside of it. To achieve this, the Pale King sought the help of
Check
three
'em
particular
out.
bugs, who would later be known as the Dreamers: Lurien the Watcher,
Yeah, the Dreamers are
Wobblebone
cool.
the Teacher, and Hera the Beast. Lurien is definitely the most mysterious of the three Dreamers. He
Is that the one in
lived
the tower?
Watcher Spire in the City
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Tears. From there, Lurien watched over the city with his telescope. Lurien was a pretty big fan of the king, so it probably took little convincing for him
Villagers?
to lie down for him.
Yeah, bro.
Lorien might also be tied to another strange incident that occurred in the City of Tears. Hidden on
What
some
was
of Lorien's
it?
lore tablets are images of jars, the same jars that can be found stockpiled in the Tower of Love. building
Oh,
sits on the outskirts of the city and is the setting of one of the most bizarre bosses in the game,
the collector.
The collector is a void construct
There's his mold.
that appears to
There's
have
his
been
mold,
made from the
dude.
same mold used to create the king's molds.
That's what I thought,
But the
dude.
collector is
I called
unique
it.
Because, well,
Good grief, he's naked!
the collector is
Hey.
in the Tower of Love with a noble bug who likely owned the establishment. In the tower, a number
This
of
is
bugs
the love
can be
one.
found captured in jars, implying that these two were tasked with collecting these creatures. However, the collector somehow became obsessed with grubs, creating a map to keep track of grubs it captured in jars,
What?
as well as keeping a strange shrine displaying a grub in the style of the Vitruvian Man. Eventually,
What?
the bug staying with the collector decided to lock it inside the Tower of Love and fled to the Queen's Gardens, where it died, likely due to overexposure
That's
to the void.
crazy.
Despite being locked up in the tower, the collector is still spotted by the hunter at some point.
Oh, that's the hunter? I didn't know the hunter actually can stand up once you once you finish the lore for the hunter, all the little lore tablets. I didn't realize he looks
Which either
sick,
means
bro.
this only happened
Unless I missed him.
recently, or the hunter has been farting around in Hallownest for a long-ass time. We have no idea what these creatures were trying to do. It's implied that the collector
Multiplayer randomizer. I'm debating on doing it. We'll see what time it is after we're done with
was
the video
trying to
and
preserve the creatures of Hallownest,
and doing the ranking
perhaps
list.
trying to protect them from the spread of the infection. But we don't know where the collector's obsession with grubs originated. And while Larian does seem connected
so the
to all of
collector
this,
actually
we
did
don't
it.
know how involved he was with this operation, or what its end goal exactly was.
One-eyed Lyrian.
Moldamon the teacher lived in the teacher's archives, a library built atop a lake of acid in the Fog Canyon.
So
The lower
cool.
half of her body consists of tentacles, making her a popular subject for the thriving Hollow Knight R34 community. The
Bruh.
archives and the
come
Fog
on.
Canyon as a whole are also filled with these strange Metroid knockoffs. These creatures are likely related to Monomon in some way.
They're
They
so
could be her
cool.
live offspring, her test tube babies, or possibly even her shit. Motomon uses futuristic cathode ray tube things
Those
to
are
store
so cool.
information about Hallownest. Several terminals in the teacher's archive go into detail about the Pale King's plan to defeat the Radiants, indicating that Motomon
Wiki,
had
guys.
intimate knowledge of what she was taking part in. Finally, the Pale King sought the help of Hera the Beast, the Queen of Deep Nest. Now, as I mentioned earlier,
This is
relations between
his
Hallownest and
nail.
Deep Nest were
Or this
kinda
is Hornet's mom, right?
not great. Unlike the other two dreamers, Hera needed to be convinced in order
Yeah, guys, this is Hornet's mom, I'm pretty
to
sure.
help the Pale King. Hera would eventually agree to become a dreamer in exchange for a child. The Pale King agreed, and the two engaged in a dalliance, which is a fancy way of
Yes,
saying they
sick.
totally boned. The White Lady was
Ooh.
okay with this arrangement. In fact, she might have been watching from the closet. The motive behind Hera's request is never elaborated on, but it appears as though the
Chill.
King of Deep Nest was dead at this point. Hera was a common bug, so perhaps she desired the Pale King's
She's a
pale
chonker.
seed so that her child could be of high birth. The bargain between Hera and the Pale King resulted in the birth of Hornet. She became known as the gendered child because, unlike the Pale King's other children, Hornet was not hollowed out by the Abyss. Hera and Hornet spent little time together, as Hera had to make good on her end of the bargain.
Hornet's B, dude.
And so the three dreamers were put to rest. Through their actions, a seal was placed over the black egg, prohibiting entrance into the chamber. These dreamers also had their own protection. At the base of Lurian's spire,
Oh, there's the
Watcher
Knights.
Knights
I like
guarded
the
access
Watcher
to
Knights
their
are cool.
master's body. Motomon's body was protected by a giant jellyfish named Umu. On top
Ooh.
of this, Motomon entrusted her servant Quirrell with a mask which would be
Oh,
required
that's her
to break an
servant?
additional seal she had placed over herself. So she basically is double wrapping herself. As for Hera, we're not really sure what protected her.
What
since
is that? Looks like one of those crab things in the ocean. That looks
it
sick.
is never actually seen in-game. We don't know where this creature is hiding, but whoever it is, they really suck at their job. Now there appears to be one more element to the Pale
That
King's
is
plan,
sick, dude.
involving the Weavers. Hidden away in the Weaver's den is an incomplete seal of binding, woven from silk. This design prominently features the Hollow Knight's head, and can be found in the White Palace, as well as blocking the exit during the Hollow Knight fight. Silk
What?
spools created by the Weavers can be found in the Stag Station in Deep Nest,
So the
as
silk
well
pools-
as the Stag Station next to the White Palace. These spools can also be found in the Pale King's workshop. We know that the Weavers were closely tied to Hera and Hornet, so their
The Weavers
actions
have some
might been a
crazy,
part of
like,
the deal
powers.
between the Pale King and Hera. Once the Hollow Knight was ready, the Radiance was somehow channeled into the vessel, which was then placed inside of a giant black egg located in the Forgotten Crossroads.
I'll be curious to see
This
where
egg was built to sustain the Hollow Knight, and
the others
itself
come
appears to
come
be
in.
fashioned from void. The Hollow Knight was chained up, and the entrance to the black egg was locked behind a powerful seal created by the three dreamers. Initially,
Wicked.
this convoluted plan actually worked, and the infection was successfully contained. Memorials to the Hollow Knight and the Dreamers were erected in the City of Tears and the resting
What?
grounds. But this is the part of the story where things get a little bit hazy. By the time these statues were constructed, citizens had taken to writing on parchment woven from spider silk, which was all destroyed when water started pouring down onto the city. We don't know
Dang.
how long the Hollow Knight was able to completely contain the infection. Bugs from Dirtmouth used to go to the Temple of the Black Egg to pray, saying they felt at peace within the walls. But after a while, they stopped going, perhaps indicating that the infection was beginning to leak out again. The infectious air continued to seep through
Look,
Hallownest
there's
for
one of the
years,
homies.
eventually even reaching the deepest parts of the kingdom. As it turns out, the Pale King's pure vessel wasn't quite so pure after all. The Hollow Knight had been tarnished by an idea instilled.
Yep.
While the game never explicitly tells us what that idea was, it does hint strongly at what it might be. Hidden away in the White Palace is a memory showing the Hollow Knight and the Pale King sharing a moment.
Oh yeah,
The Hollow
that's
Knight
what,
might
when we
have
got done with
developed
Path
a
of
parental
Pain.
bond to the Pale King. And who could blame it? The Pale King is a pretty great dad after all. You know, if you ignore the infanticide and everything.
He's a
Remember
homie.
those smug mushroom dickheads? Well, it turns out their trust in the Pale King was a complete mistake. That shared mind isn't looking too good now, is it? In the fungal core, the corpse of a giant mushroom lies dormant.
Yep, that's
Its
the
final
Gigamind.
thoughts were, "Pale worm, what good to see a demise unavoidable?" This could imply that the Pale King always knew
Rip.
that his kingdom was doomed. All he could do was delay the inevitable. This
Rip.
is likely the moment when Hallownest, as it once was, entirely collapsed. The Hollow Knight had not completely
So he just
stopped
tried
the
to slow it
infection,
down.
and while it may have taken a while, Hallownest was eventually brought low. It's at this point that characters and areas begin to resemble as we know them in-game. When it became clear that the Hollow Knight was not able to contain the Radiance, the Pale King resorted to his final plan. He fucked off, hiding himself, his White Palace, and his Pale
Oh,
Court
that was-
in the Dream World.
Wait, that was where his White Palace was? The homie dipped out. He got out of there.
At this point, all of the furniture in the palace was covered under white sheets, similar to how people in the real world cover their furniture while away on long trips. The palace was also completely covered with thorns and buzzsaws, similar
What?
to how people in the real world cover their houses with thorns and buzzsaws.
True.
The Pale King would eventually pass away while sitting on his throne in the White Palace. There's no confirmation on what killed him, but there are a few things to consider. The throne room is incredibly dark compared to the rest
Yeah.
of the palace, and the particle effects and ambient track in this room are identical to that of the Abyss.
Maybe he got
All
consumed
of the
by
king's
it.
molds surrounding the Pale King are dead. The ancient basin itself also has become stained with the presence of void, as it can be seen as high as the rundown elevator shaft leading back to the
Rip,
city.
guys.
Remember that bug that was sealed away in the Abyss to make sure the lighthouse wasn't turned off?
Yeah.
Well, the lighthouse was turned off. I guess that whole living with purpose thing is a crock of shit after all. It seems as though the Sea of Void
Got
itself
'em.
actually convinced this bug to betray his king and turn off the lighthouse. Now I know what you're thinking. Exactly how conscious is the Void? Is the Void able to think for itself? Can it form
Is it a full
strategies?
being?
Does it host a podcast? Well, according to this Chozo statue ripoff, the Void is powerful, but not unified. So while
Huh.
it can thrash around at things that come near it, or call out in unison to turn off a light, it's not a single conscious being.
So it's
Getting
just
back to the Pale King,
just a bunch of
one could
individuals?
argue that the Void might have played a role in his ultimate demise, and I've argued that viewpoint in the past. But we have to remember that there isn't enough evidence to know for sure. As an
I mean, there
expert
is
lawyer
little
and a good friend
void
of
dots
mine,
bouncing
Johnny
around.
Cochran once said, "Any evidence that the Void was involved in the Pale King's death is circumstantial."
true.
My name is Johnny Cochran. Just above the White Palace,
Nice,
the bugs
dude.
in the
Good
City
one.
of Tears weren't
Good
faring
bop.
much better. Even if we ignore the fact that the infection was still around, there were other issues that helped lead to the city's downfall. Due to the gates being sealed, some bugs resorted to cannibalism in order to avoid starvation. And there's also that metric fuckton of corpses lining the walls of the Soul Sanctum.
That's when they
all
suck
was
the
said
souls
and
out of
done,
them.
The only citizen left standing is Eternal Emelita, who just laughs her ass off about it like she's a fucking Dark Souls character. The White Lady ends up in a cocoon deep within the Queen's
Hey, this is Dark
gardens.
Souls
She
music.
decided to place bindings on herself in order to keep her from spreading her seed. She claims that this is because of the shame she feels in helping the Pale King create the vessels. But honestly,
Radiance?
it's probably just her kink. The White Lady also diminished her power, possibly as a way to keep herself hidden from unwanted visitors. Outside her cocoon, Drya
We know
stood
them.
guard, protecting her queen from the violent traitor mantises. Drya is eventually killed off by these
Radiance in a
bugs,
nutshell?
which
True.
is actually pretty pathetic if you think about it. I mean, we're talking like the Netgear WPN824N N150
Big
wireless router
juicer,
pathetic.
dude.
Speaking of great knights dying pathetically, let's move on to
Oh.
Hegemel.
Yeah, what
Hegemel
happened to
held the
him?
city crest, a
Didn't
key
he just
used to
get-
open one of the
didn't
gates
he just
to
get
the City
snuck
of
up on?
Tears. At some point, Hegemel's armor shell was stolen by a maggot.
Yeah,
Now,
stolen.
maggots were generally looked down upon and forced to do menial labor. They were incredibly weak, and basically deserved all of the discrimination they
Yo,
got.
dude.
But this one
Real
maggot
Radiant's
decided
name?
to turn the tide, so he stole Hegemel's shell so that he could defend his downtrodden brothers. His actions weren't motivated by the infection, but instead was
Look
the
at 'em.
result of
Poor
how
homies,
hierarchical
dude.
caste systems will always lead to revolution from the working class, and that true freedom can only be achieved, blah blah blah, capitalism is bad, subscribe to my Patreon.
Okay, thanks,
Ogre
dude.
moved
Will
to the
do.
Royal Waterways
Copy
and
that.
started living in shit, changing his name to Dung Defender. Now, I love wallowing in shit as much as the next guy, but you'd have to really love shit to put up with living with the flukes. The Dung Defender kept an unwavering sense of duty and loyalty to the king, and love for his fellow knights. So much
Dung
so that he
Defender's
made
just such
shit
a
statues
homie.
of them. How nice. Ogrim acted as the defender
Dung
of the
Defender's a
Pipeways,
homie.
as well as Isma's Grove. A section of the Royal Waterways became filled with acid, and in the middle of it all rests Isma's corpse, which has been
Rip.
overcome by plant life.
How
Isma
did I
is
never
likely the
notice
one
her?
responsible for this acid blight, but we have no idea
I
what
never
happened
noticed
to
her.
Hornet's whereabouts during this time are fairly mysterious. We know that
Nah,
she
bro, I
departed
ain't playing
Deep Nest and
Attack
didn't
on- I'm
return
not
until the
playing-
events of the game.
Not playing
At
that,
some
bro.
point,
Get
she
out of
took to
here.
guarding Halness from intruding warriors, as well as the cast-off shell in the Kingdom's Edge. Despite the Kingdom's woes
Really?
at large, fortunately this fate did not befall one of the fandom's favorite characters.
Yeah,
The
here with that
Menderbugs
mess.
continued to fix the
Oh, it's
broken
our
signs
homies.
and wayposts of Hallownest.
Hey, it's our
From a diary
homies.
entry, we can see that one Menderbug in particular had found himself on the precipice of a long and loving relationship.
Hello again, diary. Not long now until the next Minder Bash. For us stealthy types, we're a riotous bunch when we get together.
Bruh.
And Minderberry kept flashing me that smile. It might be time to muster my courage and act on it. I love my
Hey.
home and my life, but sharing it with another? Why, that'd be the berry on top.
Green
That's
Path
it, the
also
berry
underwent
on
some
top.
changes during this
Get it,
time.
bro. Don't
The
touch
Mosskin
the
were waiting for
child.
Un's call, which would bring them back into the dream they were originally born from. But for some reason, Un's strength deteriorated. We don't know why this happened exactly. Was it due to the White Lady claiming part of her kingdom? Was it somehow due to the infection? Some Mosskin believe that Un
What?
went into hiding, but it appears as though Un is, in fact, calling to her children. But many of the Mosskin are unable to hear her call. Instead, many Mosskin seem to have taken the Radiance's infection into their leaves.
Rip.
Which might explain why Green Path became overgrown with vegetation, despite Un's
Because of the
deteriorating
radiance. That
powers.
makes sense.
Mossy vagabonds even openly chose to forsake Un and worship the Radiance. Another
Rip.
tribe to be screwed over by the Radiance is the Hive, which fell to the infection after
B-boys.
the death of their leader, Hive Queen Vespa. But it appears as though this had little effect on their civilization.
Hive Queen Vespa's huge.
The
Would be a
Radiance's
crazy
hive
cool
mind was
boss.
already
Could be.
familiar to the bees, since the Hive probably operated under something similar already. So in other words, the Hive probably made out the best in this whole situation. Let's turn our attention back to the moths. After all, it's their god that keeps killing everybody. Well,
True.
the moth tribe didn't fare too well, actually, as pretty much the entire tribe died out. The only known survivor is the Seer. Despite the loss of her tribe, the Seer continued to tend to the graves in the resting grounds.
What a
while also
homie.
awaiting the arrival of the Wielder, a mysterious being that her tribe has dreamt of for a while. In
Is
the
that
kingdom's
us?
edge, the land became covered in ash.
I think we are the
melting off
wielder.
of the worm's decomposing corpse. The Colosseum of Fools continued to thrive. The Lord Fool passed away at some point, but nobody really seems
Vinci
to
Resolve.
notice or even care. The fools inside the Colosseum were infected.
I used
but
DaVinci
still seem to
Resolve,
have
the free
maintained
version.
Control over themselves. It seems possible that these bugs took in the infection willingly, similar to the Traitor Lord and his followers.
So they can get
This would
stronger.
have given them an edge in combat, similar to using steroids, but without the whole shrinking testicles thing. However, even the Traitor Lord and his followers went mad, so what makes these fools any more special? As for the Pale King's champion,
Maybe it's
the
because
Pale
they're
Lurker,
slightly out of
well, she just went the normal
area?
kind of insane.
Well, that's a
There
her.
appears to have been another unforeseen event with the Pale King's plan. When the Hollow Knight was originally chosen, the door to the Abyss was sealed, trapping the discarded vessels within. But apparently, some vessels didn't get the memo.
I thought that was part of the plan.
Vessel corpses can be found littered throughout the kingdom. There's one in the Ancient Basin,
Well,
one in
that's
the Green
yeah.
Path, and
Yeah.
several trapped in Nosk's lair and Deep Nest.
Rip.
Another vessel that escaped from the Abyss is the player character.
That's
the
us.
Knight. The exact details on how the vessels escaped the Abyss is unclear. There are indications that they might have slipped into Deep Nest through some old passageway, given void influences in part of the area, and all the corpses found in Nosk's lair.
Yo, what would
At
be
some
crazy?
point, all entrances to Hollow Nest were closed off, with the old well-endured mouth being the only way to sneak back in. Despite this, several people have wormed their way into the kingdom,
Oh, that's
with
our
few
homie.
ever returning. Characters like Relic Seeker Lem seem content to just pillage artifacts from the ruined kingdom, but other bugs seemed interested in something greater. In the Howling Cliffs rests
Oh,
the
that
corpse
was-
of a member of the Grim Troop. The
Yeah.
task of this bug appears to have been to seek out Hallownest, so that the troop might be summoned to the kingdom in the future. The Grim Troop are basically a group of bugs that serve a higher being
Big
known
cult.
as the Nightmare Heart.
Like a
The
cult.
troop keeps the heart alive by feeding on the nightmares of fallen kingdoms. This process also involves sacrificing the troop master to his own child because, hey, look at this cool ass boss battle. Another important group that traveled to Hallownest are
What?
the God Seekers. After being abandoned by their old gods, the gods of thunder and the gods of rain, these bugs left their home in the land of storms, seeking out a new god to worship. The God Seekers looked to gods to save them from their own silent mind. While traveling through the wastelands, the God
Silent
Seekers
mind, so they're brain
constructed
dead?
devices called God Tuners, which helped them seek out new gods. Through this device, they were able to
You know, it's
detect
actually-
the lingering power of
You know, it's actually pretty cool that a lot of these bosses and these beings are similar to actual bugs in some capacity to where they need their higher bug to follow. Otherwise, they're brain dead. You know what I mean? Like they need a path to follow, just like most people.
the Pale
It's actually
King
crazy.
and find their way to Hallownest. When they arrived, however, the Godseeker was forced into hibernation. She was encased in a strange
And locked.
sarcophagus-like cocoon, which was itself chained up with a lock. It's not clear how this forced hibernation worked, seeing as the cocoon appears to have been made by the Godseeker herself. As for who put the cocoon in chains, I think the most
Maybe
likely
Dung?
candidate is the Dung Defender.
Really?
Considering how the Godseeker's cocoon is found in the junk pit in the water.
You can visit the first God Tuner and also the Land of Storms. Really?
Ways, an area the Dung Defender has tasked himself with protecting. This was the general picture of Hallownest after the Hollow Knight was sealed inside the Temple of the Black Egg.
Like
The
crap
kingdom
you
was
do
stuck in
that.
a kind of stasis, with the Pale King civilization destroyed and the Radiants unable to break free from her chains. The Pale King was rebelling against nature, trying to keep
Yeah.
his work standing indefinitely. The stasis over Hallownest held for an age. How long is that exactly? Well, we have no idea. As
Assuming
I'm sure
pretty
you've
fairly
noticed, there
long
really
because
isn't
the
a
kingdom is
timeline for
huge.
anything that happens in this game. We also have no idea how long any of these bugs can actually live. Elderbug wasn't
Bro.
around to see the stagways
Bro.
open, but we know several other characters were, implying that Elderbug is probably one of the youngest characters in the whole game. But this
Oh.
stasis over Hallownest wasn't going to last forever. At
Minecraft
some
we could have
point, the
fun?
Radiants
Sure, Minecraft we
erupted
could have
out of
fun,
the
bro.
Hollow Knight, cracking its shell and releasing a loud and powerful roar. The amount of infection leaking out of the Hollow Knight became even greater. The many corpses that lined the roads and cities of the kingdom sprang to life with the amplified power.
It's kind of like taking a nice big poo, bro. You know how like the first initial drop is just like a clunk, and then the rest of them is like it's a number 3. The rest of it's like a Kind of like that.
Power of
Once the leak
infection.
starts coming out,
This
it's just a
strengthened
full sin.
infection prompted the departure of the Weavers back to their
Older than
old home.
Elderbug?
Now,
What?
this old home might actually be Farloom, the kingdom in which Hollow Knight Silksong takes place. But the amount of knowledge we have about Silksong right now is pathetic, so I'm not saying that's confirmed or anything. This is
True.
also around the time that Quirrell
That God Tuner has a change to go to every time. Has a Oh yeah, they change every time you go to the God Seeker. But when you do get it, it's one-time thing. The Land of Storms is unlocked by defeating all the pantheons with all bindings. Wow. That's actually ridiculous.
arrives back in Hallownest, his memory of Motomon appears to have been clouded due to his time outside of Hallownest. These events are depicted in the Quirrell prequel comic, which also shows an image of the Hollow Knight with a pre-cracked shell. This could mean that Quirrell's arrival happens roughly the same time the Hollow Knight's shell cracks. At around the same time Quirrell arrives in Hallownest, we also see the arrival of the player character.
That's
who
us.
is commonly referred to as the Knight. The Knight was one of the lucky vessels that was able to make its way out of the abyss. Somehow the Knight ended up venturing beyond Hallownest and into the wilds beyond. It's implied that the Knight was called to Hallownest by either the sealed Hollow Knight or the Radiants within. Regardless, once the Knight shows up and yeets itself off this cliff, the actual game of Hollow Knight finally begins.
That's us. That's us.
Now, there's a lot of details we could
Start
get
but much
into.
dumber.
Hallownest is full of NPCs and bosses, each with their own stories to tell. But to be honest, I don't think we need to go through all of them, since their stories are relatively straightforward. For example, let's look at the Brooding Moloch. So why is the Brooding Moloch brooding? Because all its friends are dead.
Rip, dude.
And there you go. That's the lore for the Brooding Moloch. Also, it's the only character in the game with a visible asshole. Now, do you really need me to explain that to you?
Come
Probably
on,
not.
dude.
So instead, I'm just going to talk about the interactions relating to Hollow Knight's main story. The Knight is eventually
There's a
noticed by
lot
Hornet,
of lore in
who
this
lures
game.
it deep into Greenpath. There, Hornet attempts to kill the Knight, claiming that she knows what it would try to do. At this point, Hornet views the Knight as being too weak. After the fight, Hornet
Even though
can
we
be
put the
found in
work on
City
him?
of Tears, next
Oh.
to the statue of the Hollow Knight.
Yeah, that's B.
Hornet mentions that the Knight has gained a resilience due to the time it spent in the void beyond Hallownest. This could be referring to the fact that some of those who leave Hallownest lose their memories, meaning the Knight would have no memories of its own tragic
Part that I can skip
conception.
with Vengeance Spirit.
Hornet tells the Knight that if it seeks to continue the stasis that keeps Hallownest standing, it must seek the Graven Ash, which is referring
that's
to
us.
the Kingdom's Edge. At this moment, Hornet sees the Knight as a
So that God Tuner is unlocked by dream nailing the God Seeker. There is a little percent that you go there.
possible replacement
That's freaking
for the
wicked.
Hollow Knight.
It's actually
Basically,
wicked.
The Knight could break the seals that keep the Hollow Knight locked away, defeat the Hollow Knight, and contain the infection itself. It's at this point that I should mention that Hollow Knight actually has 5 different endings, because of course it would. I'm going to be explaining each of these
5?
endings in this video, as
Let's
they each give us a
go.
different glimpse into the mechanics of Hollow Knight's world. Now, to get the easiest ending
I've seen
to Hollow
3 of
Knight,
them.
Hornet's instructions to go to the Kingdom's Edge can be ignored completely. If the Knight stumbles upon the resting grounds, the 3 dreamers will appear and cast the Knight into the Dream Realm.
We've done that.
There, Seer will come to the Knight's rescue and grant it the Dream Nail, a special blade that can tear the veil between
Embrace
the
the
real
void
world
ending?
and the Dream World.
We'll see if it does it here.
With the Dream Nail, the Knight can venture to the resting places of the 3 dreamers, curb stomp their asses, and unlock the entrance to the Black Egg.
Ooh.
Inside the egg, the Knight finds the Hollow Knight chained up, silently watching over it. Once the chains are broken, the Hollow Knight screams with that familiar Radiance roar and
Bring it on,
pursues
big
the
guy.
Knight. As the fight progresses, the Hollow Knight starts trying to kill itself, Quirrell style. But then the
Does it
Radiance
do it?
starts using the Hollow Knight's body
Does it
to
win?
perform her own attacks. Once defeated, the Hollow Knight begins to spew infection all over the place. The Knight can then focus the infection
Whoa,
into
dude.
itself. This results in the first ending of the game, called Hollow Knight.
And that's
In this
where we
ending,
juiced
the
up.
Knight usurps the Hollow Knight, prolonging the stasis over Hallownest. New chains and bindings appear out of fuck if I know, and contain the Knight, and a new seal is placed over the entrance to the Black Egg. Now there is one giant question looming over this ending. Can the Knight actually contain the infection indefinitely, Or will the Radiance still manage to break free one day?
That's a good question.
Before we answer this question, let's look at some of the other events that can transpire while playing the game. If
Is
the
it
player
worth?
chooses to go to Kingdom's Edge, Hornet will challenge the Knight one last time as a final test of strength. After her defeat,
I don't know if I've
allows
done
the
it,
Knight
did
to
I?
access the cast-off shell.
Yeah, I did.
where
I
the
did all
Pale
this. I
King
don't know
was
why I'm questioning
originally
myself.
hatched. By interacting with this egg, the Knight's shell is marked with the King's brand, technically making the Knight the new ruler of Hallownest. With the King's brand, the Knight can now open the entrance to the Abyss and discover the place of its birth. When leaving the Abyss, the Knight can encounter Hornet again, where for the first
Yes,
time,
dude.
Hornet suggests that there are actually two outcomes the Knight can enact. She tells the Knight that it can either prolong Hallownest stasis or face the heart of the Kingdom's infection. Within
we're
the
facing
Knight,
the heart,
Hornet sees
baby.
a chance for change. Instead of just replacing the Hollow Knight, Hornet
Almost there to
believes
the
it may
ending?
be
Okay, got
possible
it, got
to
it.
get rid of the infection completely by using the void inside of the Knight. After visiting the Abyss and obtaining the Shade Cloak, the Knight is capable of reaching the White Lady, hidden away in the Queen's gardens. The White Lady
Yes!
tells the Knight that
That's
she
Mom,
has been
right?
awaiting a vessel to accept a gift. That gift being one half of a charm called the King's Soul, which she claims will
We're
give
about to go to the
Knight
White
more power.
Palace.
The White Lady goes on to explain that she can feel the weakening of the Hollow Knight within her roots. She tells the Knight that it is free of the blemishes that made the Hollow Knight a flawed vessel. From this dialogue, it is implied that the Knight
Then
truly
how did the
is a
flawed
pure
vessel make it?
capable of containing the Radiance successfully. But it's not quite that simple, so we're going to have to dig a bit deeper into this. Basically, we're going to need to answer a simple question. What exactly does it mean to be a Hollow Knight? Despite the White Lady's words, we have a number of instances where the characters and item descriptions mention that the Knight has a will, and maybe even a mind.
Wait,
But
what?
From the Pale King's dialogue when describing the Hollow Knight, it is stated that a pure vessel has no mind or will.
Then
So
how
is
do
the White
we-
Lady wrong?
how do
Or
we
maybe
do it?
even lying? Her eyes have been clouded by time, and she can
Star,
be tricked
what's
into
up?
thinking that Ogrim is in the room when the Knight is wearing the Defender's Crest charm.
What?
She also thinks that Dryia is still alive, which,
Rip.
so maybe the White Lady is just senile. My problem with that theory is that the White Lady states that the vessels stand out to her clearly in a misted world, due to
Interesting.
them being her spawn. She also questions whether or not the Knight sought her aid, which would imply that the Knight
This-
must
This lady, the White Lady, literally has a GPS tracker on everybody. If she was pumping, her kids have a GPS tracker on them. All right, that she's literally like that. She's like those the parents who keep a GPS tracker on them at all times because they can't trust their kids. Something like that. Exactly like that.
have
Not for safety,
some
but because
kind
they
of
don't trust
will.
them.
So for whatever reason, the White Lady thinks the Knight is still capable of containing the Radiance, even if it's still able to make decisions. After all, the Hollow Knight was considered pure, but they still taught it how to wield a fucking sword.
True.
I mean, if the Knight
True
were truly
and true.
completely hollow in a literal sense, it probably shouldn't even be able to walk, or draw a map, or open a goddamn bank account. In short, this whole concept of being hollow is so abstract and hard to define, I don't really feel comfortable giving a solid answer on whether or not
It seems like this is like
or
stuff in
isn't
between.
truly hollow.
White Lady is blind, so she doesn't know what shape you are. Oh, really?
And I think the
I
game
didn't know
leaves
that.
room open for other interpretations. Of course, the White Lady's gift is useless without the other half of the King's Soul. In order to reach it, however, the Knight must travel to the White Palace, locked inside the body of a King's Mold. In order to bypass the seal, the Knight must use a fully awakened Dream Nail. It can do this by bringing 1800 essence to the Seer,
We did it.
allowing her to sharpen the weapon's blade. If the Knight does this, the Seer remarks that the Knight truly is the wielder that her tribe has been dreaming of. There's no explicit reason why the Moth tribe was dreaming about this supposed wielder so much, but it seems like they believe the wielder
Radiance.
would wash away the crimes the Moth tribe committed by turning their backs on the Radiance. The Seer
Yeah.
seems to know that the Knight might kill the Radiance, and she
I'm
seems
confused
accepting
then.
of it,
Is that-
ready for her and her tribe to disappear.
I mean, is she? It seems like that she is the reason why all her tribe is the reason why all this started in the first place. She also says something when you use Grimchild and talk to her, and she says something like "familiar flame." Really? Blah blah blah. Interesting.
And be forgotten forever.
Interesting.
With the awoken Dream Nail in hand, the Knight can travel to the Pale King's refuge and locate the other half of the King's Soul charm. When equipped, the King's Soul provides a never-ending supply of soul. making it almost useful if it weren't for the insanely high cost of the charm,
Yes.
and the painfully slow rate at which it increases,
yes.
and the fact that the charm will get replaced in about 5 minutes after you get it.
Also
The
true.
King Soul charm itself symbolizes the union between two higher beings. To me, this implies that the King Soul is a representation of a vessel, which also was created by the union of two higher beings.
Pump,
With
pump,
the King Soul
chill.
in their inventory, the knight now gains access to an area in the abyss called the Birthplace. In this massive
went there.
pile of vessel shells, the knight can find a giant egg. Dream nailing the egg allows the knight to access its own memory when it
You can also know that Melib, the banker, is bad because your pets will attack her. Oh, I didn't
was
even
cast
think
down
about
into
that.
the abyss. From viewing
Really?
that memory, the King Soul charm is replaced with the Void Heart charm. The recollection of this event allows the knight to come to terms.
Wait. Time out. Yep, she's the thief. She's a thief. I remember beating the crap out of her and getting all my money back. But that right here, this part right here, guys, look at this.
Replaced with the Void Heart charm. The recollection of this event that memory to access its own
Look,
memory
right here.
when it was cast down into the abyss.
Boom. See how we're casted down? That gives the theory of once they made it to the top, if they weren't a pure vessel, or the Pale King thought that they were a pure vessel, he casted them back down into the abyss, and it kind of instates that here he goes over that. It kind of re-implies that theory, right? Which is sick. That's
From
sick.
viewing that memory, the King Soul charm is replaced with the Void Heart charm.
Yep.
The recollection of this event allows the knight to come to terms with the void inside itself. Once the knight has the Void Heart, the shades in the abyss no
There
longer
it
attack
is.
it, and that strange creature that gives the knight the Shade Cloak calls it the Lord of Shades. In other words, the knight has now bound the once fragmented void under its own will, allowing it to control the void in a powerful new way.
Oh,
With
that's
the
how we
union
beat
of
the
void, Pale
Radiance.
King and the White Lady, the knight has gained a strength before unseen. It is with this charm that 2 additional endings become unlocked. Hornet will now be standing outside of the Black Egg, offering to
It's our
help the knight
homie.
should the opportunity arrive. Midway through the fight with the Hollow Knight, Hornet rushes into battle, subduing the Hollow Knight and piercing its shell. It's at this point that the knight is given the perfect opportunity
Yes,
to enter
that's
into
us.
the mind of its sibling, fighting the source of the infection head on, and finally putting an end to the Radiance's tyranny. Or it can just stand there and let Hornet get knocked unconscious. If the knight finishes off the Hollow Knight as usual,
True.
the sealed
Ending
sibling
2.
ending occurs. Basically, it's the same as the Hollow Knight ending, but now Hornet is in the room too, and her face appears on the door of the Black Egg.
Rip.
It's not clear what exactly this means for Hal.
Rip.
This might imply that Hornet is now a dreamer,
Seen
but
at the-
she's
the
inside
biggest-
the temple, meaning that no one can actually get in there to
Biggest
kill
form
her
at the
should
end of
knight
P5,
ever start
really?
leaking infection. At the same time, Hornet mentions that the bindings of the Black Egg would drain her, so she's probably just going to die anyway, right? Generally, people consider this to be one of the worst endings, but it's worth pointing out that Team Cherry doesn't support any one ending as being the true ending. Each ending is canonical in its own right, and honestly, this ending isn't the worst. At least the Knight and Hornet will get to spend some quality time together. If
With the
Knight
homies.
does
Yeah, they're
dream of the
homies.
Hollow Knight, it will be taken to an arena where it can finally fight the Radiance head on. But the
1v1
Knight
me,
is
bro.
alone, as the other shades from the Abyss will appear in order to help corner the Radiance.
Because he's the Shade Lord,
Eventually,
right?
the Radiance gets trapped in the tendrils of the Void. The Knight bitch slaps her a couple times, and then the Radiance is consumed into the darkness. The Black
Got
Egg then
him.
appears to turn to shadows, and the Void seeps down into the ground. Hornet awakens to find the Knight's broken shell lying on the floor. We get one final shot of the Shades in the Abyss going to rest, and the game is over. This ending
Nice.
is called the Dream No More ending.
I like this
the
one.
Radiance is gone, and Hallownest is finally free from her infection.
Absolute Radiance. Yes.
Now I think it's fair to ask a few questions about how the Dream No More ending comes about. When the Hollow Knight was initially chosen to become the pure vessel, the Abyss was sealed up and the rest of the vessels were left to rot away. But somehow, vessels ended up outside of the Abyss.
Right.
And one of those vessels was used to replace the Hollow Knight. Exactly how much of this operation was planned, if at all? The White Lady was waiting for a vessel. Did she have any communication with Hornet? Hornet was guarding the King's Brand, the only way for a vessel to enter the Abyss. How did she
Really?
know it was necessary to guard the King's Brand
Maybe
from
this
weaker
is-
vessels? Hell, if the vessels did escape the Abyss by themselves,
Echo boom?
wouldn't
Boom
it be
boom?
pointless
True.
to guard the King's Brand? since the vessels could just creep back into the abyss the same way? I'm not going to provide any good answers.
If the Pale King was all-knowing and five-head, maybe he knew that this was going to happen in the first place, right? Maybe he had one of them sent away in the first place, us being the knight as the character, and devised all of this. I'm just saying.
To these questions, because God forbid I answer anything in this entire video.
Oh my
But
god.
I do want to point out that no plans to actually produce the Dream No More ending are explicitly stated in-game. So we can only speculate as to whether or not the White Lady or Hornet,
True.
or maybe even the Pale King, knew that they could defeat the Radiants by creating a Lord of Shades. Like
Also
the Knight.
true.
Regardless, the next two endings were definitely not planned. In fact, the last two endings that were added in the Godmaster update almost feel out of place. The Godseekers basically hijack everything to the point where you don't even have to enter the Temple of the Black Egg to beat the game. That's
Really?
like Mario Bros without ever seeing Bowser. But on the other hand, the Godmaster endings basically reinforce that Hollow Nest does not exist in a vacuum, which can help the world of Hollow Knight feel more real. Because what else is reality but just a bunch of random chaotic stuff happening all the time? If the knight finds the Godseeker in the junk pit, it will be able to enter her mind and
On how
refight all the
to-
bosses in the game.
Whoa.
This is part of the Godseeker's ritual.
How to annihilate Soul Tyrant, get good.
They basically
Also true.
attune to the resonance of gods through ritual combat. This allows them to ascend their minds higher, and eventually, through the use of godly focus, achieve
Really?
communication with the god sleeping in Hollow Nest's heart, the Radiance.
Which is the Radiance.
Now, I know what
Right,
you're
right, right.
thinking. That's a pretty convoluted little religious practice they have going on here. What's next? Are they going to start measuring the knight's Theon levels? It's pretty complicated, but the point is, these
Yo.
Godseekers have some serious capabilities to fuck things up in Hollow Nest, as we're about to see. As the knight makes it further and further through the four Pantheon,
He may have known the children weren't going to work. He just wanted to pump. True. Also
the
true.
Godseekers get closer and closer to making contact with the Radiance, locked away inside the Hollow Knight. At the end of the fourth Pantheon, the Radiance makes herself aware in this strange reunion cutscene between the vessels. But she
What?
isn't the only one to make an appearance. The Void itself appears to go on the attack, rising up to meet the Radiance's call. It's at this
1v1
point
me,
the
bro?
final challenge, the Pantheon of Hollow Nest, becomes available. The Godseeker finally acknowledges the Knight as being more than just a simple cringer, and they begin to watch the Knight more intently. After defeating like a bazillion bosses in the final Pantheon, the
True.
Knight finally comes face to face with the Absolute Radiance. A stronger, more enhanced
In the Valorant
version
of the
game's
Flower? I'll
final
check 'em out.
boss. Finally, the stage is set. After roughly 40 minutes of intense agony and
40
tedious boss
minutes?
battles, the Knight has finally reached the ultimate enemy responsible for the destruction of Hollow Nest. Truly, this will be a battle for the ages. But first, let's check in on our old pal Menderbug.
Oh, yeah, our
As it turns out,
homie.
he's still
Wow,
alive when the Knight
wow.
arrives in Hollow Nest, and he's still fulfilling
Our
his duty after all this
homie.
time.
I
Let's
like
take
this
one last
guy.
look at his diary.
My lovely diary. Someone's gone and broke my favorite sign.
Oh,
right there.
that
at
was
the top of
us.
The crossroads.
That was
Keeps
us.
happening too. But you know, I just can't get mad about it. I should be thanking them, really. More chances to fix that beautiful, complex sign. And I've stocked up on spare parts, so I've no fear it'll ever stay broken.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Hey, we got you.
Unfortunately, the only way to ever read the Menderbug's diary is to kill him in cold blood. I'm not sure why Team Cherry thought this was necessary, but the general consensus on Reddit is that they are bloodthirsty warmongers. So
True.
checks out.
True,
One of these
dude.
Menderbug's last moments will be spent fixing one of his favorite signs in the Forgotten Crossroads. It's comforting to think that his final seconds of consciousness were spent in total bliss, before we sent him hurtling into the infinite chasm that is Oblivion. Well,
Rip.
anyways.
No
the
more
alternate
fixed
fight between
signs.
The Knight and the Radiance plays out differently than in the vanilla ending. This time around, the Knight is not accompanied by any shades. Instead, after defeating the Radiance, the Knight seems to transform into this monstrosity.
The Giga Shade,
Now, this
dude.
creature goes by many names. The God of Gods, the Lord Shade, the Devourer, the Void Entity. But I don't really like any of those, so I will just call him Bill. Bill proceeds to completely annihilate the Radiance in spectacular fashion.
Just
We
freaking
eventually
rips his head
embrace
off.
The Void ending.
We're
Bill
sick.
comes back down from the sky, dropping into the rest of Godhome. The Godseeker starts to get pulled into Bill by Void tendrils. We then cut to the Godseeker in the junk pit. Void starts leaking out of her eyes, and it appears
Void
as
given
though Bill
focus.
is making an escape back into the real world.
Bill's
which is
coming out!
probably a bad thing? Finally, we see Hornet standing outside of the Black Egg as the infection begins to disappear from nearby vines. Hornet
What?
hears footsteps coming from inside the Black Egg as the Hollow Knight reveals itself to her and the two prepare for combat. So from this cutscene, we can see that the Radiance's death in Godhome actually
What?
did kill her for real, meaning that the infection over Hallownest is now gone. This
Nice.
means the seals inside of the Black Egg probably wore off, allowing the Hollow Knight to escape its prison. In other words, the Embrace the Void ending is a goddamn cliffhanger. And we
Hornet
have no
versus
idea how Team Cherry
Hollow
plans to follow
Knight?
this up.
Sick.
The Hollow Knight is running loose.
What if
in
that's the
Hallownest,
first- what is
and
that-
the
what
Knight
if that's
has
the first,
transformed into a raging void
fight?
monster that might try to destroy the
That'd be
entire
sick.
kingdom, or at least what's left of it. What's even more strange about this ending is that the announced sequel, Hollow Knight Silksong, doesn't seem to be related to this ending at all.
Oh.
That's a whole different shit show. Obviously, the biggest mystery surrounding this ending is the appearance of Bill. Did this creature exist in the void already? Or was it somehow willed into existence by the power of the Godseekers? Did the
Ooh.
Knight turn into this thing, or did it just become a part of it? Examining a statue of this creature and other forms of the Knight grant the player a hunter's journal
Wow.
entry for an ancient artifact called the Void Idol, which might imply this creature might have been worshipped by the ancient civilization. But again,
Wicked.
that's pure speculation.
Rare artifact from the time before Hallownest. Its spires, twinned in a unified form, contains a large amount of liquid from the abyss, perfectly still. Not god nor beast nor bug. Bill. Maybe in a DLC you can fight the Hollow Knight. Maybe in the DLC you can fight the Hollow Knight. True. Void given form. Inspired and mad, those ancient bugs, they devoted their worship to no lord, or power, or strength, but to the very darkness itself. Liam.
We don't know what this worship of Void exactly looked like. Maybe the Void they worshipped took the form of something more sinister. There is one thing we know about this monster though. It's weak to flowers. Yes, these things.
Yes,
As it turns
true.
out, those delicate flowers that Zamir has stockpiled up her ass are actually useful for something. They contain a strange power that even deters the White Lady from touching one. The Godseeker, however, is dumb enough to accept a flower from the Knight. If
We
the
did
player does
that.
this, instead of Void being released out into the world, this flower pulls a no you, and the Godseeker
We did that.
Void disappears.
I give you
into
10
thin
out of
air.
10.
The flower
Ayy.
itself is described as giving off a pale light, which appears to connect it to the pale beings.
Cool.
Like I said before, pale beings appear to be some form of top
Itself
tier
is Shade
gods.
Lord?
As of right now, we are only aware of two, the Pale King and the White Lady. But the fact that Zamir brought these pale flowers from a
Wow.
faraway land implies that there are definitely more of them out there. Another small hint of the existence of pale beings are the pale ore items that can be found all over Hallownest.
What are those?
Did these come from the Pale
I forget.
King, or possibly some other pale being?
Oh,
And what
that's to
exactly
upgrade our
are they?
nail,
Are they poop?
right?
In general, the Godmaster endings appear to be doing a lot of setup for future Hollow Knight content. Like I said before, Hollow Knight Silksong doesn't seem to connect to these events on the surface, so we are in a bit of a bind when trying to discuss what these endings actually mean for the greater narrative
Pure,
Team
yeah,
Cherry's
our pale
building.
ore? Yeah, you're
There's
right.
definitely a lot more to consider about what the pale beings are and what properties they possess. And we also have plenty of questions surrounding the Void and how bugs have interacted with it
Yeah,
in the
the-
past. It almost feels like we're looking through a keyhole, trying to grasp onto the
Interesting.
totality of Team Cherry's creation. How powerful are creatures like Bill and the worms? Where did things like the Void even come from to begin with?
That is
How
wicked.
much bigger is the world beyond Hallownest? Is Bardoon into butt stuff? But
Whoa,
of course,
who's that
that's
big
the
boy?
appeal of a game like Hollow Knight. Having all of the answers to every question
Yeah,
would just
Lurker is
ruin
a
the mystery
forgotten.
of the world.
Imagine
Plus,
if you
we
have to get 12 pale ore for pure nail. That was rough, bro. I mean, fighting the Hollow Knight would be just a little weaker pure vessel, and killing it with hornet abilities, that would be
have
really
questions
cool,
like
actually.
this to waste our time on, then what else would we be doing with our lives? Go outside?
Wait for
Ugh. And so
Silk
this
Song.
video comes to an end. Now I know the
What a
average
wicked-
attention span of a YouTube viewer is 9 minutes. So
Is
let
it
me leave you
really?
with a few takeaways. 1. Hollow Knight is a game about bugs. I know this may come as a shock, but it's true. Watch the video again, and this time, pay attention. You'll notice right away, I promise.
True.
2. Murdering your own babies might not be such a good idea after all.
Especially if
I
they
mean,
have the
this
void
is
in them.
obviously just my
Can we
interpretation
confirm?
of the game's lore. Other people might have different views on the subject of murdering babies, and every opinion is valid, so I don't want to step on anyone's toes or anything. 3. Menderbug is fucking dead.
Rip.
Nothing is certain.
I'm hoping Silk Song is on Nintendo Summer Direct. That'd be actually
This
sick.
video
I hope it is
probably
too.
has a few flaws in it. Trying to construct a cohesive narrative with the information found in Hollow Knight isn't exactly straightforward. I'm sure my views will change in the future, and I encourage you to explore the lore yourself. 5.
Okay, okay.
And this last point is fairly obvious, but
What
I
is
should
it?
mention it anyway. Cory in the House is the best anime.
Yo, I forgot about that meme, dude. Special thanks to all these. Feels good. Hey! We have been disappointed before, so I don't know. Yeah, I guess you've been disappointed for years, right? Feels bad, man. Demo analysis. 33 minutes long. Wow, guys. Wow, 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 wow. If you haven't liked this video, you need to like this video because this man put an absolutely incredible amount of work into it. I'll watch the 2 endings that I suggested. Both those were different endings. You know what we're going to do before that, actually? We're going to do our tier list, guys. We are going to do a tier list of all tier lists. All right? I actually have it pre-saved on my desktop. It is finally time. Right after I minor changes. Here, one sec. I mean, that was a video, bro. That was an absolute video. Like, guys, that was a very long video. Where did it start at? Right here. Oh yeah, we went right off the rip with this one. Right? Yeah, but this is also the guy that Reddit wanted to sacrifice for Silk Song. Oh wait, what? No way, dude. Are you mostly what is this? Complete lore Hollow Knight. Did I spell complete wrong? Nice, dude. Nice. And wait, what's this guy's channel name? Mossbag? Go watch Pale Champion? Because no cost too great? Rip, dude. Actual rip. Mossbag. There's his channel. Actually sick. Okay. Man, there's just so much to this, dude. There's actually so much. More vids. Yeah, check that side. All right, here we go. You guys ready for this? Guys, I went searching. I went on the great journey, and we have finally made it. We are now here. Let me make this big. We are now here to the epic, extremely large and in charge. Look at this. Tier list of characters and bosses. Do not ask me to name these guys because I cannot remember names. But I can remember the fights. Send me link to tier list. I will. I'll send this link to everybody. All right, chat. Here it is. Here's the link for the tier list. All right. We'll start at the top. This big panda bug. Panda bug. I don't know the panda bugs. I don't remember who the panda bug is. He has little to zero relevance for me. if we here, can we actually get rid of a tier list? We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of this. We don't need an H. We don't need a G tier list. We don't need an E. It just goes straight to F at that point, right? A, B, C, D, F, right? We don't need it. We don't need that. F tier list. It's the Took, not with it's a Took, but no speech. Yeah, this guy's going in the F tier list. I did not read the comics. I don't know what happened in between. He is an F tier for me. He doesn't hold any relevance for me, right? You guys disagree? We can scrap about it, but he is an F tier. As of right now, he is an F tier, right? Okay. Next, this is Worker Bug, right? Is this? Look, he's got the little plans. He's got the little drawings. Is this our homie? Who is this, guys? Who is this? Chat. Look, he has a little document and a little signature thing. Is this one of the people in the tower? Maybe. This may be a tower bug. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. 0 relevance. He's going there. This guy. This is the Knight's Golem. Knight's Golem. Pretty cool. I'm actually okay with them stealing Golem. He's a D tier. Golem is a D tier character. Shaded Coomer Bug. This guy. I have no idea who this is. Pale Lurker? Yeah. Pale Lurker. Pale Lurker's D. Pale Lurker's D. This bug? Also don't remember this bug at all. Don't remember the bug. It holds 0 relevance to me. If said otherwise, then we change it. Here, guys, we need tunes while we're doing this, right? But Pale Bug, it's whack. I'm speedlining tier list right now. Good. Run it. Pale Lurker D? Is Pale Lurker big? That sounds sus. All right, where do you think we should put Pale Lurker then? Is Pale Lurker above the D? I only remember seeing the Pale Lurker once. I only remember seeing the Pale Lurker once. Is it a C or a B tier? Is that where Pale Lurker goes? Do we need a P or C? Daughter of the Flute Marm. At top of the water wells. Guys, I'm gonna let you guys have this decision where Pale Lurker goes. All right, I give you the power on this. We can send it. We could send it. We could send it C. We could send it D. Waterways at the top of the junk pile. C. This is a C tier character. Pale Lurker C tier. All right, we'll send it. We'll send it C tier. It's not that important. True. C tier character. This guy, I don't even know who this guy is. He's going straight to there. The God, what is this? God Home, God Master Bug, whatever. We'll put this one as a C character as well, right? Relevance in the story, and it's going to go behind this guy. I'll give it a B. We'll give it a B. We'll give him a B just because of how relevant it is for the DLC and the story. We'll give this homie a B. All right, nothing higher though. It's cool. Now this character above this one, just because of all the crap, the nonsense that it was spitting. I like this guy. I like this guy a lot more than this one. Plus, we gave him the flower. The flower was cool. He gave us the alternate ending too, right? That homie did. All the little followers, yeah, they get a D. They don't. I think they're cooler than these guys. Well, actually, I like this guy better. I like this guy better than these guys. We'll do one of these. We'll switch these up. These guys are irrelevant. These are just the character. A list of irrelevant characters is what this is. Okay. C tier is just a load of relevance. Hornet. Hornet is an easy S, guys. Can we agree? Hornet is an easy S character, right? Her relevance throughout the game, the amount of appearances she helped guide our way and gave us a little training in the mix of everything. Hornet is a S tier character. Wait. What are we waiting for? What's your thoughts on? Do you think Hornet needs to be an A character? Is that Hornet or winged Nosk? Is that Nosk? No way. Is it really? Let me see. Oh, that is Nosk. Look, because look, here's Hornet here and here. Yo, we're slipping. Time out. That's Nosk. That's actually Nosk. I don't even think these guys are B tier characters. I think what do you think? Nosk is a B? Because it has the end of the top. I think Nosk is a B. Nosk is actually pretty cool. I like Nosk better than these two. Right? Yeah, I think Nosk is a B. I think there's cooler bosses / characters than that. Yeah, Nosk B. How'd you guys actually like that fight? Yeah, this is how it is. I still think this is a C character. This is a C character. This character doesn't give me a lot. This character doesn't give me a lot of hope. Right? Yeah. Next up, Mantis. The Mantis fight was my first. This was my first real big fight. I enjoyed this fight a lot. It's either a high A or a low S is what this fight was. The Mantis fight was crazy cool for me. Right? I think we give it a high A for the Mantis. What is the Mantis Court or whatever it's called? Yeah, AS. I agree. We'll give it a high A for the time being, and then once we get into more characters with who are hitting these A and S's, then we could kind of determine it from there. But the overall fight was super sick, even at those lower levels when you're first trying to figure out the game, and the next thing you know, you whip in, you got 2-3 bosses you're fighting at the same time. Your mind's just like, whoa, this is the start of like some sick fights, right? Okay. This is the homie. Is this pure vessel? Is this the pure vessel version of him? Let me see. I think this is pure vessel version. I don't see him anywhere else. Yes, pure vessel version. Yeah, he's an easy S. Easy S character for me. I had a blast with this fight. Learning his mechanics and understanding him when you get to a God Home. I think he's a low S. But he is an easy S character, right? Can we agree? Can we agree on this? I think we agree on this one. This is just a no-brainer, guys. There wasn't any additional lore or anything to it. It was just like, you know what? Let's juice up the knight and just give him and just have the homie really swinging at us, right? Next, the fam. The fam is characters. They gave me a little bit of feels. Is some feels bad, man. Overall, it's super cool. I give the fam an A. I thought this was a really cool part of the story that they kind of had. Don't forget, tier lists are your opinion. Oh yeah, absolutely. But asking you guys is also important. It's very important. I liked it. I like to hear your guys' opinions on everything, right? Next up, the fam's an A. I would even say it's above the court. I actually liked the idea of it, especially going through the lore video. I like it above the court, just for like a character as a whole. What is this? Is this Radiance? I think this is Radiance. Let's double check. Yeah, this is Radiance. Radiance is a solid fight. I actually like this. This is an S fight for me. This is an S fight. Absolute Radiance? I don't think I versed Absolute Radiance. Yeah, I didn't verse Absolute Radiance. I'm assuming it's a... If I did, I don't... Wait. Done? We'll check out your... We'll compare your tier list here in a sec. If you have it. Is the end of P5? Already finished tier list? Nice, homie. Guess what I'd like to hear. If it's just a juiced up version of the other fight, I guarantee this is a bop of a fight then. That is the only fight that I didn't do. This whacked out ending, quote unquote whacked out ending, it's kind of sick. The whole void thing coming up. I think it's behind this. I think it's behind the Mantis Court, but it's pretty dope. I like the idea of this ending. What are these? Oh, these little hornet. Oh, this is the boss with the this is the boss with his little scythe thing. The little spear. This is a fun boss. I actually like this boss a lot. It's simple. It's a very simplistic boss, but it feels good fighting. I actually like this boss. I fought this boss a lot. Do I like this boss better than Nosk? I do. I like... Hive Knight? Yeah, Hive Knight. We're gonna put him above... No, we'll put him below... We'll put him above Nosk. No, we'll put him below. We'll put him below. All right, that's it. Final decision. We're putting him below. All right, next, these creepy boys. They have their whole like zero relevance. They look cool. Blah blah blah. We're gonna put these boys at a D. These boys are gonna be a D. I don't. They're borderline irrelevant. They look cool and all, but they didn't really give me a lot of oomph. You know what I mean? Now this boy, I actually like this guy. This is the guy you pass, right? You pass this guy. You pass this guy going to the boss. I like him better than this. He's not a B, but he's definitely a high C. This like bug who poops out our gems. I could give two craps about this boss. I could give two craps about this character, other than they give me unbreakables. So we'll put him at I'd say Broom is also for banishment ending. Really? So I actually didn't get that part of Brum. Brum is I didn't get that part of the ending then. If that's the case, you know? Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm assuming it probably ranks higher with that. I didn't get that experience, so we're not gonna worry about that one. This lady that poops out our shards, pretty high. It's a higher up on the relevance in the character charts. I actually like it above that. Not an ending, but an ending to the DLC. Right. Got it. That makes sense. The only reason why I like this character is the relevance in the gameplay. Right? I like it more than the Godhome one because it poops out my unbreakables. Right? She consumes them and freaking yeets them out. But we could give her a little bit lower because she charges so much to poop them out. So we're not going to worry about her. That's still an ending? We'll call it an ending. You can call it an ending. You don't call it an ending. That's up to you, right? Completely up to you. Oh, this fight right here. Easy S. This is an easy S tier fight. I love God Seekers and the not Godhome Seekers ending to a DLC. Yeah. But easy S. Grim's an easy S, guys. It's not even like it's not even a thing. Our bat's cool. The quest line for the bat, or like getting the bat, is whack. Can we agree that having to go fight those little floaty spirit things is whack? Can we agree? The bat's cool, but to get the bat is actually stupid. I don't like it. I actually really disliked that. Yeah, then it's still an ending to something. Yeah, I mean, it ends the quest line, right? So it is technically an ending. It's just an ending to the DLC, not like an ending of... It's an ending to the DLC, so you're both right? But you're both saying it differently. But, okay. The bat's getting a C. A D. I did not like the quest for the bat. The bat's cool. Like, the Grimm's Child is cool. But the quest to get this is stupid. I don't like it, dude. Getting the bat's whack. Not even a hot take, that's real. You see this? Bat is an F, it's a charm, and it sucks. F charm sucks. We'll take it to an F. I'm not even... It's going to be a high F because it holds more relevance than the other stuff, but it's definitely an F for sure. You know, I would even say that this... I think this is it. You see this? They didn't add the Grimkins. Yeah. Oh, they didn't? Are you sure? Carefree Melody is a good charm. Hey, you see this? You see this? You see this homie right here? Easy top tier boss. I have never in a game been so juiced with adrenaline fighting this boss. You guys go back and watch that boss fight in the clips. You know how hyped I was to beat this boss. This was peak performance in this game for me. There's a reason why people call this one of the best boss fights, if not the best boss fight in the game. It's sick. Absolutely sick. Can we agree this is the top tier S right now? What do you think could beat this boss in S? Because this is the dream version, right? I'm going to add SS tier. Yeah, that boss is incredible. It's incredible. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this ukulele is. I like Normal Grim more because of the music. I didn't even do Radiance. I didn't do Absolute Radiance. Wait, what's this? What is this? Is this just the location itself? Because the boss room location was an A tier. This was an A tier boss fight location. It's low A. That's just a quick low A. This guy, I don't know who this guy is. He's going to go in D's. F. I don't even know who he is. You can just go to F's. I give 0 on him. I can see with the music, though. All right, Zote. Zote the Mighty. I thought the concept was cool. Awesome. We'll say, but it wasn't my favorite boss. Okay, Zote is a low F. Zote's a low F. The Mighty Zote. Really? You didn't like that? Elderbug is top S? No way. I added an SS plus tier? Elderbug? Where's Elderbug at? Oh, yeah, Elderbug. Oh, yeah, Elderbug's a homie. Elderbug is absolutely above Radiance. Actually, I'm going to put this Radiance fight at an A. I actually wasn't as good as top tier. S for jokes. Yeah, he's got some meme potential to him. I can't put Zoe at A. I can put him in the middle, though, right? I'll put him at a high B. High B is where we're going to sit him at. I actually liked him a little bit. I'm going to put him at right below the Godhome guy. And that, Quarrel's an easy S. When we get to Quarrel, he's absolutely going to an S. This Zoe was a letdown. He's going to a D. He held less he was a cool character in, like, that regards. I would give him a D, right? Let's be fair. He's going to be a C. And this little gremlin thing is actually going to go down to a high D. Whatever this thing is. I wasn't a huge fan of that character. Dung Defender. White Dung Defender. White Dung Defender. This Zoe is an F. That Zote's an F. Dream Zote's a C. Yeah? You'd send it all the way to an F. You'd send Zote, the mighty Zote, to an F. I don't agree. I don't agree. He just has more character than most of the characters in it. He has a whole lot more character than a lot of characters in the game. I think he's a little above that. There's only 3 characters in SS tier. Life, Ender, will end you. Yeah, we're gonna put Dung Defender as a character above this. We're actually gonna put the We're going to put Nosk down. He's going to be a high B. And we're going to put this guy actually sitting it right about here. Some of these characters are just so cool, bro. Us as a character, psh, S, bro. S. Our character is sick, dude. The whole, like, overall, we're S tier. We are S tier. We're not above this homie. We are absolutely above pure vessel. Yeah, we're above pure vessel, boys. Let's see this. All right, what else we got? I don't know who this is. I'm going to add an SS++. Add it up, homie. This guy, he died at the ending. He's irrelevant. This is an irrelevant character. This guy holds more relevance than this guy. I think these guys hold more relevance than them. He's irrelevant. He looks cool, but he's irrelevant. This boss is cool. Actually, this was one of those boss fights that I felt good. I felt real good fighting him after I beat him. This guy, he doesn't hold any relevance to me. He's going down here. Our little wisp boys. That is a dead bug. You get the moth cloak from. Dead bug from moth cloak. And he holds more relevance. He holds more relevance than all of these guys. He gets to be in the D tier. If you get moth cloak from him, or is it this guy you get moth cloak? This one or the other one? Finally, is an SSS plus. Too many S's. I can't do it. Our spirits, our little spirit homies, they go up here with our other homies, right? Our spirit homies are actually super cool. Only one character's there. Isn't Lost Kin the one in F? Really? This is Lost Kin? Then what's this? What's this boy right here? I didn't know there was a... Oh wait, I like this guy. We'll get to him. We'll get to him. That's Lost Kin. Then he holds more relevance in this. Oh, that's Broken Vessel. Broken Vessel's here. Broken Vessel's a C. This was first boss fight. I'd say this is for the first ending. Normal version. Lost Kin's the dream. I like Lost Kin. Lost Kin's a high B. This is a C fight. Broken Vessel's a C. It's not that memorable to me, but I know it's more memorable than. Man, I don't like this fight at all, bro. These two are gonna hang over here, but I'm not a fan of this fight. All right, we're gonna keep it there though. All right, this boy, he is a low. I would say he's low A. It's a fun fight, but not as the orange one. No, the one with the orange is the Broken Vessel. Oh, okay, so this is broken and this is lost, right? Got it. These are both the Hornet. Hornet is just an S tier character all around. I mean, they can go side by side for all I care. Hornet is just going up here as a character, and as, let's say this is the character and this is the boss fight, right? You're gonna add Absolute Radiance. You can add it. You can add Absolute Radiance. Her fight's an A tier. I actually really liked her fight. You know, it showed off some of her powers. It's above Mantis here, and this is just the Radiance fight. The Radiance fight's an A fight. I like it a lot. I still like our characters better than the Hornet fight, but it's cool. Her little side story, she's going to be a C. She's going into C's. We're just going to get through these. I really liked our bug guy. I liked him a lot. I actually liked him so much that he's going to go into... Dude, I cracked some feels for this guy. He's actually going high B. I really liked our bug guy. These guys right here, these little homies, S tier. Grubs, S tier. Grubs are S tier. Grubfather, S tier. Yeah. Yep, that's definitely where we're at. This guy was cool, shaman guy. He's pretty cool, but not my favorite character. He goes D. Oh, the map guy. The map guy's actually sick. We're gonna compare mine and yours. Yeah, we'll compare them. We'll compare them. Oh, you have to send it in chat after you make it. I don't know if it changes when I. No, it doesn't change. I don't think we can. Cornifer's a homie. Cornifer is going at an A. This is Cornifer, right? This is an A. This homie's an A. Absolutely an A. Actually, I think he's higher than... Yeah. Cornifer's an... Good. He gives good deals in the randomizer. Even better. Even better. Yeah, Cornifer's an A. Can I black and white this? It's freaking bright, bro. I'm not gonna mess with it so we don't accidentally lose this. All right. His wife. I like his wife a lot. She apparently was a nail user, which is cool. Cool backstory. I'd say cooler. I'd say she's a C character. She's a C. This guy, don't care. I've never went and resurrected. Actually, I'm gonna make it a triple S tier for absurd. Send it. Oh, our homie. Our homie is a solid A tier character. I like this guy. He's low A. I like that guy a lot. The miners, I give two craps about the miners, but their dedication to the work. Their dedication to the work. They're going as a D character. Lower than Pale Kingy? True. True. I take it back. Actually, he's going right here next to the Hornet fight. Hornet character is absolutely here. You're right. I'm tripping. Pale King is the best? No. There's no way. Steel Soul Jin. If you give her eggs, you get a lot of Geo. Oh, that's actually sick. I didn't know that. Wait, is this what that's what this is? I don't even know who this is. Guys, I don't know who this character is. I don't know this character. F. Coral, S tier character. That's Jin. That is Jin. Yeah, Jin. I don't even remember seeing this character in the game. Yeah, I don't even remember seeing this character. Jihad, but Steel Soul, because can't resurrect Shade. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, guys. Okay. Coral, absolutely S tier character. That's the homie. He's not as cool as Hornet. He's not as cool as us, but he's up there. He's a homie. You're absolutely right. This dude's an A character. He's an A. Absolutely an A character. It's like Minecraft hardcore mode. Okay. So finally, a use for eggs. Got it. The hunter. The hunter gives us his journal, which is relevance for B tier. Because B tier has been mostly like the relevance of characters, right? Going down here. Yeah, Hunter goes here. This is our first spell. Hunter gives us the journal. The idea of the Hunter's cool, but this guy gave us a better, I guess, overall quest. One death, game over. Yeah, permadeath. Permadeath gameplay. This one, F. Don't care. F. You can't get Inf Geo because Tuck is dead in Steel Soul. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait. I love this character. I can't remember what this character's name is. This character's a B character. This is a B character. I'm putting him right here. B. I forget what... Is that Cool or Kill? Who is that? Cloth. Yeah. Cloth. Cloth is a homie. To know 99 eggs for free. Dang. How can you forget? Rip. R.I.P. Cloth. Cloth is an awesome character. Absolutely an awesome character. This dude, he weirds me out. I'll be honest with you. This ugly boy weirds me out, but he holds a lot of relevance. He's going C. C for relevance. This homie, I actually like this guy a lot. I actually like this guy a lot who hangs upside down and just wiggles. I don't know why I like him that much, but he's a B for me. Old man Deckard Cain, like in Diablo. How can you forget? Dude, I know. I'm tripping. I'm actually slipping, boys. Old man beard boy. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of him. He has a kink? True. We're gonna let him do his thing, though. Alright, we'll let him do his thing. Beard boy. I like Beard Boy better than him. Just because his relevance is pretty high, I'm gonna actually put it down. Pale King is the main of nothingness. True. Lim? Yeah, Lim. Lim's relevance is higher. I like her as a character better. Actually, I'm not a huge fan. She's going down here with this. She's going down here. We're putting her down here. We're gonna move her down the totem pole. Blacksmith. The Blacksmith is a sick character. Blacksmith is an A tier character. Right? He's a homie. He gives us the upgrades. Can we agree Blacksmith A tier? His beard's sick. He does his little. Yeah. The black Nailsmith. Yeah. Nailsmith. He's an A tier character. He's going above Grubfather. Grubfather's just weird, bro. He wants the best for his family, but man, he's weird. Couple ending with Shio. Yeah, they're homies, bro. This character, yeah, she can suck a nut, dude. She's going D. She's just weird. And she holds a little bit more relevance than them. This guy's cool. We only see him once, but this guy's cool. Right? We see him in the cutscene. He's talking about this and that. He's cool. Cooler than them. Yeah, you're cooler than them. Grubfather's an F? You think Grubfather's an F? He eats the grubs after? Yeah, but no. He does munch on them or whatever, but he's actually putting them in their belly so they can use metamorphosis. So he's actually sacrificing it. Like, you look at that charm that he gives you. No? What do you mean no? Wait, no to F tier? He makes them into flowers. Yes. I thought he made them into metamorphosis. I mean butterflies. Yeah. He makes them into butterflies. Oof. I'm talking to Tweak. Oh yeah, Tweak. Yeah, so basically if you look at that charm, homie, he actually turns them into, the charm like says that he turns them into butterflies. Like basically it's like the metamorphosis charm. So he's actually a homie and sacrificing himself for the last moments with his kids, which is cool. Like he the way obviously they go about it in the game is kind of whack, bro, because looks like he eats them, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, homie. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this Chonkers is. He's going down to the bottom of the tier list. I don't know who he is. These guys, D, baby. They're Ds. Actually, I'm moving all these guys to... I am not a huge fan of these guys, bro. They're going to Ds. They're high Ds. These guys, I actually like these guys. These guys are goofy. They're going to C. They're C characters. Actually, they're upper C enemies, like normal fighting enemies. I don't know. I just like them. This weird thing who wants to eat us goes here. This goofy, spooky thing, I'm not a fan of it. I actually really don't like this thing. What is this? I like it more than that. We're just going to put him here. We're going to speedruns through some of these. I don't know who this is. Who is this? Who is this? What is this thing? You guys know what this thing is? I have no idea what this is. Guys, I'm just going to have to send this. Who's who? This thing right here. What is this thing? Midwife? Mask maker? Wait, no. Is that the mask? Oh, it is the mask maker. You knock the mask off of the face. Boys, it's Mask Maker. All right, it's Mask Maker. Mask Maker's actually sick. Mask Maker's sick. I like the lore of Mask Maker. The idea of Mask Maker. Mask Maker goes into a B. I wish there was more of the Mask Maker, but Mask Maker goes B. These bugs, they're okay. Or these things are okay. I'm not a huge fan of them. Yeah, they're D. They're low D. I'm not a huge fan. Nail Sage. Homie. This is a good fight. The Nail Sage and the fight for the Nail Sage is absolutely an A tier fight for me. I had to work for that fight. That's a good fight. I think Chunky Bug is F. Bonus points for lore. And you can hit. Chunky Bug is F. Yeah. Chunky Bug F. All the Nail Sages. Can we agree all Nail Sages are A tier? As characters and the fight? Do we agree? You get a lot of lore from the Nail Sages as well. A background on like kind of their characters and stuff like that. Yeah, I think we put them all as A's. Ah, man, this is a good fight though. I actually like this fight better than the Radiance fight. The Radiance fight was cool, but man, the King was just a fun fight, dude. You wield your nail like a cub. Yeah, hey, they're all just sick fights, all of them. They're all homies. I love the idea of like you training with your Nail Sages. So sick. Wait, is there 2 Mantis fights? Are those the Mantis characters versus the fight? I think that's the characters versus the fight. I think the fight is above the characters, but yeah. And then the Sisters of Battle. Oh, yeah. I like the slightly harder version of that. Yeah, you're right. All right, we've got this fight right here. This is a snoozer fight for me, guys. I'll be honest with you. Like, the moment, it wasn't enjoyable for me to figure out because the bench was far away when I did die. The fight itself is actually kind of a snooze fest. The fight itself is actually kind of a snooze fest. I'm gonna give this a C. I wasn't terribly impressed with this fight, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but it was a C fight. This guy also, he's a cool character. Why is Mela in D? She's an S. You like Mela? This is Mela, right? I thought she was weird. You know, I guess she did write a comic about us too, right? Plus, she started getting real uncomfortable when our homies started like talking to him and stuff like that. You know what? That's fair. She did write lore. We'll meet in the middle on this one because you're right. She did give us a little extra juice. Wait, Mila is the miner? Mila's the miner? Oh, this is Mila? I thought, then who's this? Singing Crystals? Really? Oh, that's right. That's Bretta. Bretta State. That's right, the Singing Crystals. And that's the one who, like, she slowly starts losing her brain. Like, she slowly starts losing her mind, and eventually you have to fight her, right? I like this character a lot. I actually like it. I'll put her in a C. Like the idea that, actually we'll put her in a B. She's gonna go behind our homie. She's gonna be a low B behind our homie. Yeah. That's actually really cool. So I actually mistaked that one. That's the good luck, homie. I don't remember who this is. You guys can tell me who this is. I remember this fight. B. It's a B fight for me. No. Yeah, it's a B fight. God Tamer. I don't know who this character. This character right here, guys. I'm not sure who this is. Yeah, God Tamer. Yeah, the God Tamer. I think it's a mid-tier B fight. I'd even put it right here. I liked it better than the White Dung Defender fight. I'm not a huge fan of the Dung Defender fight, actually. I actually don't like the Dung Defender fight that much. Like, when we get to his character, decent fight. Yeah, decent fight, for sure. I like this guy as a character. This guy who's all cocky and wants to go in the arena. That's Trader Lord's child and the Flower Quest person. Okay. Mr. Mushroom is his lore and ending and his quest line and stuff is really good. Mr. Mushroom. But was that the guy that I put? Oh, was that the guy that I put in this guy right here? The sea guy. Right? Agreed. This is the Flower Quest, part of the Flower Quest. I actually like the Flower Quest. I do. I put the Flower Quest above. I like the idea of the Flower Quest, but I didn't like doing the quest, so I like the character itself. We'll put it at a medium B. Medium B. This homie, I give him an A. I actually really like this guy. I like his overall design, his character. Patamos Geo. Hello, I think. Patamos Geo. I like that guy. Our mom. I wouldn't have known as much about our mom. Actually, I think you're right. This guy's. I think the Shroom Boy goes higher on the list. We're gonna put him here. I actually really like Shroom Boy. But our mom. Anyway, gotta go see ya later. Tweak. Have a good night. All right, mom. We're gonna put our mom at. Lisa is weak. We gave even Zote survived the Coliseum. Yeah, I know it's weak, but I just like the character. I like the character. I don't know why. Our mom's gonna go low A. Now that I know lore about her, she's going low A. I've almost completed the path of pain. I'm at the last area. Nice. It's our homie, the Great Nail Sage. What's up, brother? Pale King. Pale King is an S tier character. Pale King is an S tier character. Now that I've known the lore for him, right below Coral. Right below Coral. The Giga Slug is an A. I think the Giga Slug's an A character, guys. A character. He makes a quick appearance, but I like it. Is he an A character? I think he's a B. No, he's an A character. No, he's a B. Why am I not an S tier boss / character? Bro, you are high A tier. All right, suck it up, Buttercup. Suck it up. Wait, why are these all actually? These all ride the edge. Dude, that S tier is just riding the edge. Un gives it a lot of lore in his opinions. He does indeed. More than a lot of other characters do. I'll put him right here. He's gonna be next to our homie, which I actually think our homie is above the weirdo. He's gonna go low A. All right, the father's cool and all, but he gives low A. You still have 100 more? Nah, bruh. Look at this. We're almost there. We're almost there. I've got 0 more. Hey, bro. Listen, we gotta make content out of something here, brother. These three guys, I think they're all Bs. They're pretty cool. Like the idea of them, right? Hornet's mom, she's a B. I think she's a low B. We're just gonna put them all in Bs. Actually, I like the librarian better. I've beaten P5 in Hall of the Gods, not P4. Wait, PV. Not sure PV. Not P4 Sage. While I'm waiting, I'm going to change things. All right, change them up. Do we put these guys higher? I'm actually going to drag him down lower now. Now that I know he's going low. Pure Vessel. Yeah. Now that I know more about these characters, I actually, the mom is cooler of a character, right? I'll actually put the mom right here. Orange mom. She's actually going up here, the librarian. The librarian's kind of 5 head. The Watcher's kind of a weirdo. I think the Watcher's kind of a weirdo. That is the black. The black blue thing in the bottom is the life blood beast in the blood door. Oh, wait, the bottom? Oh, this thing. It gave us lifeblood. It's it's F tier. It still has more relevance than that, but it's still F tier. Easy, dude. Easy. All right, let's see. Dung Defender is a character. I think Dung Defender as a character actually sits high. I think he sits up here as a character. Actually, I think Dung Defender is an S tier character. He holds true, right? I think he's an S tier character. Yeah. That is a god of void, I think. Really? Well, he needs to be cooler. That beast you get from in Pantheons, I think. Yeah, you're right. This feels sad girl. Shade Lord? That's a Shade Lord? Feels sad girl or whatever. Feels bad, whatever. Lord. We're gonna give her. She's gonna be a high. She's gonna be a B. She's gonna be a B or a C. I mean, I think she's a high C. Her quest line kind of sucks. It's the god of gods. What? This thing is? There's no way, dude. Yeah, screw the head, screw the brain. Brain juice is overflowing. We don't know much about this character other than it was one of the knights. Her design looks cool. But other than that, we don't know much about her. She is a D tier character. I'm gonna just put her she's a D tier. She's a D tier. As Goddess Seekers refers to it, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely D tier. D tier. We don't know enough about them. The Moth Lady, I actually give her a high C. I like the Moth Lady. Even though she's a dumb character, she's still a good character. She was going to be a boss? Really? This was going to be a boss? This girl? The Seer? Or this one? Oh, Seer? Yeah. Yeah? Oh, yeah. No. Yes, no. Boys, I may or may not be moving. The white... Oh, this one. The white one. Oh, wait, they're both... The front one is Seer. Oh, wait, put her back. Behind gray. Huh. Okay. There was a boss. The white one in D. Oh, really? Okay. Word. That would have been pretty cool. That could have been actually really sick. This guy, F, didn't hold really any relevance. This boss fight, that's a D tier boss fight, dude. That's a D tier boss fight. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I don't remember this white thing, whatever this is. Doesn't even, like, ring a bell. Oh, here's the normal homie. Okay, normal homie. Oh. Normal homie is going to F tier boss fight. Which one's F tier? This is F tier boss fight. Hey, it's better than... I think it's better than Zot. I think it's a here. I actually think it's here. It's better than him, but I don't think it's an F. right? F tier? Nah, dog. It's not an F, boys. It's not an F, but it's definitely low. This boss fight is an S tier. This is an S tier boss fight for me. The first time versing this fight was sick. It's below Grim, but right here. Not as high as it's not as high as Dung Defender though as a character. Dung Defender as a character is sick. Not like Markoth, sexy voice. The white moth is the moth you get dream nailed from. So it's important. Oh, right. That's D then. Hey, let's put this guy. Actually, let's put this guy down here. I give two craps about him. We'll put that one into C tier. Cool. It's cool, but not like that cool. What is up? What are these things? What are these three characters? I don't even know what these are. Chat, any tips on the last area in Path of Pain? Oof. I actually went and watched a video. I watched a video on the last area just to make sure I was doing it correctly. Make sure you're at full health bars. That's one thing. Platforming area, by the way. Yeah. Make sure you have full health bars every time you go in, because when you verse those other bosses, you wanna do the downfall ability, the dive bomb ability, just to make sure. First one is Lifeblood thing. That leaves down other two, I think. Yeah. First one's Lifeblood? Really? Other two, I don't know. Lifeblood's pretty important. I'd say more important than a lot of these other things. Put it here. Do you think? I don't even know who these guys are. We don't know these guys. They look cooler than that thing. Thing apparently holds some relevance about some hive mind. Okay. The singing person. This is Bay, right? Bay's going in B tier. He's going B tier, guys. Not as much. He's not as cool as the Shroom, but our beautiful singy love lady, she's going all the way up here in B tier. Marissa, yeah, Marissa's a B tier character. That's Bay. I don't know who this is. Wait, is that the? Is that the Bee Queen? Don't know who that is. Yo, who are some of these characters, bro? Vesper? Vesper's cool. I like the design of Vesper. Vespa. I mean, not Vesper. Vespa. What is the lore on the Traitor Lord? It's a good question. I don't know. Here. I literally don't know who these characters are. A lot of these characters are all... Man, these are all the different dead bugs. These bugs are cool and all, but I didn't read all the lore for them, so I don't know enough about them. They're just going to go to the bottom. They're just all going to the bottom, dude. I don't know enough about them. Yo, that was Creepy Boy. Not a huge fan of those guys. Not a huge fan of the Creepy Boys. With Wilth back in the lore vid? Wait, really? Are you gonna play Hollow Knight? I'm getting bored, but I will still stay to watch. No, we'll end it after we're done with this. We're probably gonna end it, homie. So if you're ready to head out, man. Have a good night. It's last stream. Yeah, this is the last Hollow Knight stream of us talking about everything. And then we're going to be going into the next game. We're going into Elden Ring for our next stream, guys. It's probably going to be Monday night if I had to guess. Monday night is our first day of Elden Ring. You know? Sounds? Would have found this humorous. Disbelief. Papyrus. Collector. I'll be honest with you guys. I love the Collector. Collector is way up there for me. Collector's up there. He's up there. I can't even judge this fight. Time out. I'm taking this way down, dude. I can't even judge this fight. I've never even done it. That's the only thing I haven't done. These are just a bunch of irrelevant characters. I don't know them. I don't like these. I don't like this enemy / boss. F. The story of this boss is pretty good. It's okay. That's a C tier boss. This guy sucks, but he's an easy boss fight. Makes you feel good. He's a D. You know, there's a lot of these. This is actually pretty cool. I'm just taking a break from Path of Pain. Yeah, probably a good move. Bro, abs, rad. It's demoted. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Let me drop in, what is this? This is a pretty cool boss fight. I'll put it up here. Actually, these are both up here. I still like that one better than White Dung Defend. No, White Dung Defend, it's a little higher. F really okay? Yes. F is absolutely okay, but it's gonna be a high F. This thing, are you talking this thing? Gruzmother, F. High F. Just because the Gruzmother holds some relevance. Compared to a lot of other of these characters. F. Give two craps about it. This boss fight. F. I actually like this enemy. As an enemy, I like this enemy. This is a C tier enemy right here. No, the lowest one is the lowest one in F? Oh, this is the lowest one in F? Alright, word. Lowest one in F. Yo, I beat Radiant. You're crazy. Good, bro. Good clap. These are C tier enemies, guys. I like these enemies a lot, actually. I don't know why. This actually, maybe it's a high B. These guys actually, this is a C, but these guys remind me a lot of each other. The movesets are pretty similar. We're almost done with everything. The Knights, I actually really like the Knight fight. The Knight fight is, I would give the Knight fight a B. I like the Knight fight a lot. I like it better than these two. No, I don't. That's our scale for those guys. I actually really like this. Let's come over here. This guy sucks. Sucks easy. Makes you feel good about killing him. I don't like this fight. Yo, I've beaten 6 Radiant bosses, including... Nice, homie. How to spell Gruzmother? Oh, Gruzmother? Oh, like True's? Gruzmother? Mother is a big fly in bottom F. Oh. In bottom F gives access. And Sly. Oh, really? Oh, is this it? No. I don't remember which one it is. Or is it this thing right here? Gru's coming? Hey, Gru! Hi D. I think that's Gru, right? Hi D. I actually like this. I love these little things, dude. This fight, I am not a fan of this fight. I don't like this fight. Need to flock. Morn, left 2. Next. We'll just send it next and not worry about it then, because I missed that one. We're getting to the point of no return where I'm losing myself in the characters, you know what I mean? They have so many characters in this. This fight sucks. Guys, I don't like this fight. I think this is a D tier fight. I do not like it. It caused me way too many problems, and it's not fun. Not fun. I just... Not a cool fight. Okay, No Eyes. Guys, can we agree No Eyes is a B fight? Godseeker is there to seek the gods of Hollow Nest to replace the old dead ones. You can see in the Land of Storms. Really? I mean, the lowest F2 to the left. This one? Really? So, if this is right, I watched a lore video. How to spell Godseeker. All right. One to the right. This one. Which one is it? Let's see here. Let me type in Grosmother just to make sure I've got it right. Oh, this thing. Grosmother. Okay. This is the Grosmother? Grosmother holds relevance. More relevance than some of these other characters do. We'll give it that. This lady took our money. Good plot. Good job, old lady. She took our money. This fight was funny. I liked it more than this fight. It still wasn't a great fight. Actually, it was better than this fight, so I like this fight better. Gives access to the... Really? Okay, okay. What is this? This homie? That's a good fight. I actually like this fight. Made me feel good about myself, dude. That's one that feels good. Oh, yeah. This right here. No eyes. That's a good story. That's a good story, B. It's a good B story. I spell Mio? Yeah. We have 5 left, guys. Any radiance? I can't rate that. This lady who gives me the smoochies, dude. She's a C tier character. No. Yeah, she's a C tier. She's a little weird for me, bro. This homie's a D. This homie's a D. Is he a D fight? No, he's... Actually, I actually like fighting him. And this homie is a... Absolutely a B fight. I like that guy. So, guys, here's our tier list. Here's our tier list. I'm actually wicked tired right now for some reason. Wicked tired. Honestly, this is such a bop of a list, dude. I'll just spell Absolute Radiance. Absolute Radiance. Good one, bro. Good one, good one, good one. Guys, I am glad. Wow, what a freaking tier list. Guys, I'm glad that we guys got to take a journey with me on running through Hollow Knight. What a wicked sick game. What a freaking wicked game. Right? We were able to do a speed run of the game, beat it in 3 hours and 18 minutes with Blair, and then Gaster helping a little bit in the midst of it. We were able to beat everything in the game except for P5. It was the only thing we didn't beat. Mostly because the want. Compare has been rejected. Yeah, it's been rejected for tonight, homie. Been rejected. Need to buy a Hollow Knight thing for your wall. I just think of it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Where's your credit card info? I need Geo. Oh, boys, yeah, we'll head up and check out so we can get the poster for right here. But yeah, we've had a absolute wicked run. I'm pulling it up right now. We've had an absolute wicked run, and I'm glad everybody was here to be able to run it with me. So here is the 5 that I have pulled up. Here's the 5. Are you out? Here it is. Here are the 5 that I found that are the best looking ones for the Hollow Knight displays. Option 1, option 2, 3, 4, and 5. Guys, 1 through 5. Which one do you guys like the best out of these? Your option 1 through 5. Option 2, you like 2 the best? I'll give you guys my vote, 2 or 4. I'll give you guys my vote when afterwards. Option 5. Okay, we have option 2, 2. I have a Steam account. You can find me in Steam. 5. 5. 5. We got a lot for 5. Here, let me pull them up. Let me pull them up full screen them, guys. So here's 5, right? And we can do the frame. We'll probably axe the frame and go for the bigger size. This one's actually sick. I'll win. 222. We're gonna check them all out. So let's see here. So 1 is out, right? You guys aren't a huge fan of 1. 1's out. 3 is out. So here's our only options. We like 2. Here's this one and this one. All right, guys, we're gonna send. Okay, this. All right, so we're gonna recount. Okay, this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Okay. We got 1, 2, and 3 now. We're gonna get rid of this. 1. Personally, I like 2 and 3. 2 and 3. 2, 3. You got 2, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. I like 2 and 2. All right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys know which ones that I actually like. I like the ones with Hornet in it. I like the ones with Hornet in it as well. Right? 2. Ah, man. This one's kind of feels sad, man. I'll be real. This one's kind of feels sad. This is still a good one, but it feels sad, right? All right. Now we're down to these 2 guys. Like 2 and 3. Like 2 and 3. I start with the buffer? Bro, it's literally just like 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. These are our 2. These are our last 2, guys. Dang. Yo, time out. Let's do one of these. All right, these are it. Now we have to make a decision. We got to make a decision on this, and it's going to go right here behind us. Yo, I went fishing with the fam today. Nice. How'd it go? Did you end up copping anything? Say 2, 3 more times, and you will say something. 3? You caught 3? Okay, dude. Okay. Okay, bro. You're actually sick, dude. I want the right one. All right. So here's the deciding factor, right? We got Hollow Boy you've picked they're both awesome ones. They're both awesome, right? Hollow Boy, I don't mind either. Let's look and see what we got. Let's look and see what we got on the wall and then go blue. I think that will be the left one. Oh, look at that. That's a good one, too. Yo, we're going to have to do a coin flip. Guys, we got more people in here. Guys, we're trying to pick. Do we go with the left one? Or do we go with 1? Or do we go with 2? All right. Do we go with 1 or 2? Right now, the votes are 2 and 2. All right. We need a deciding factor in here to figure out which one. The left and the right. Yeah. 1. Do we go with 1 or do we go with 2? We need a deciding factor. 1. Yes, that's it. 1, 2, 2. Yep. 2, 1. I think one actually wins. I like them both. I'm leaning more on the right one by a little, but it's your choice. Yeah. Honestly, all right. This is the one that wins, guys. This is the one that's going up on the wall. We're going to get it in the large size. We're getting it in the large size, and it's going up behind us. This is it. Guys, we can get a finish on it and stuff like that if we want to. We're not doing any of that. Expensive as all get out for no... Oh, wait. The gloss is actually sick on this. We go with the gloss on this one. Add a shine. I think this one we go with the gloss. It's actually not going to be as expensive. Buffer. Yeah. What time out. Yeah. Calm down. I have a challenge for you. What's the challenge? Man, I don't know, dude. The gloss just looks really good on this. We're going to go with the large gloss. This represent. Go finish Elden Ring in 1 hour. +1. Nice. And I think the gloss actually looks good on this one, guys. Possible. Proceed to cart. I just want to make sure. Try all coupons. Try them all. All right, guys. Done. Done it. Is finished. Easy clap. Wait, you actually... No, you didn't, dude. There's no way, right, bro? Did you actually? Imagine you start Elden Ring, and an hour later, Silk Song gets released. Then what? Dude, that would actually be nuts. If anything, I don't think they're... I don't think they would launch the game right off the rip. I think they would definitely pop a release date, though. I just say close the game then finish? Bro, if they did release it right off the rip, we're probably going to have to switch over to Silk Song. Right? I'm pumped for Elden Ring. But man, bro. I think we would actually have to run Silk Song if they released it right off the rip like that. You know? Realistically. Hey! Yeah! Hey! Oh, man, bro. They had the 2019 demo. I actually checked out the 2019 demo. It was really cool. It was actually really cool. Yeah, if we had any news, that would be it, right? Yes. Five Nights at Freddy? Absolutely not. Sacrifice, rip, dude. Homie's out here just doing his thing, and everybody out here trying to put him in the dirt. How long did we spend on that tier list? There's no way, bro. We spent an hour on that tier list. We just spent an hour on it. Proceed to checkout. We just spent an hour on that tier list. We're crazy. Actually forge a nail IRL. I wonder if there is a video on somebody actually forging a nail IRL. Has like an hour and a half or more on only the bosses. What? It's actually crazy. Later, homie. You're out. Peace out, brother. Guys, I'm putting in my credit card information. Give me a sec. For now, insert monocle man. Yes. Check out. I need Geo. Where's credit card information? It's being sent over to display right now, dude. Insert any radiance. Your order number has been confirmed. We're in, guys. We are in. There it is. Purchased. Boss. What is this? Flash character tier list. Hollow Knight. There we go. I will own display. With all the geo you have, you better. There are a bunch of YouTube videos that make a real life nail weapon. Wait, that's actually sick. Let's see. Let's go into YouTube real quick. Real life nail weapon. Hollow Knight? Maybe? Oh, Forge timeout.
This episode.
Wait a sec. I found it. I found it, guys. All right. Here we go. Do this.
Episode is sponsored by War Robots.
Yo, this is Pure Nail. Tanner. AWE Me Artist Series. Dude, this guy's gonna pump out a real nail. Bye for real. Peace out, homie. Have a good night.
So, being that we're going to be changing nail from sharpened nail to pure nail, Tanner's going to go through and, kind of completely change the form of this. We wanted to make sure that we got to see it here because we won't get another chance again. We're not making a second weapon. So this was forged from 1045 steel. Kevin took this on the first of the
Yo, this is sick.
Kind of pinched off the area that was going to be the handle, drew that down, and then did the rest of the forging on the Nazel 2B.
You know you can kill the beginning boss, you die to an Elden Ring to get nice gear? Really?
Flat grounded afterwards. The hollow grinding just gives us a lot
His
of
beard's sick, dude.
Nice straight edge down the side. And you see the demo if you go back and watch the Man-at-Arms episode that we'll link below. So when we make this change,
I hope Mr. Bass
first
says
thing we're going to do is we'll dull it down and then we'll lay in the patterns and then
give you
we'll
$100.
sketch it into a different form. So the whole surface will
Say
change.
I will give you
Give you an idea of
$100.
weight, which we don't often talk about on Man-at-Arms.
Oh, that'd be sick.
2.28 kilo, so just about 5 pounds. It is 16 inches of blade.
That's all I know.
11 inches overall.
Hey, we'll take it as a. Hey, we'll take that, dude.
Fairly
We'll
heavy
take it.
for its size. I imagine that we're going to see a pretty big difference when we go back and we shoot this again with pure nail after it's been carved and we've got the whole surface laid down.
That thing looks sick,
we're
guys.
just going to go ahead and get at this and alter this piece and show it to you later on in its final form, which is pure nail.
On a previous episode of Man-at-Arms, the team built Sharpened Nail, Now today,
Got him on
upon
knife
artists,
and
I'll be
sword.
acting as nailsmith and upgrading sharpened nail to its final form.
Dude, his
here.
beard's the same
We'd
color
like
as
to take a
mine.
minute to
That
thank
would be D's
War
nuts.
Robots, the sponsor
Thanks,
for
bro.
today's episode of All Meat Artists. War Robots is a live multiplayer tactical shooter. The goal
Wow.
is to crush your enemies worldwide.
Look at that.
Use
Wow,
this
wow.
link or QR code
Use the
to download
QR
War
code,
Robots.
guys.
You get to
Wow,
play an
wow,
awesome
wow.
game, and head down to the description below.
All right, we're in. Just kid. I don't have money. Dang, rip. Had a good run, bro. I don't even think I have a link to even for people to donate, so we don't even worry. Oh yeah, sharpen it. He's sharpening it. Oh man, that's a nailsmith, boys. That's a nailsmith. IRL nailsmith. Oh, he's gonna be carving it out? Wait, this is gonna be sick, dude. This homie's actually gonna carve this thing out. This is I would have done a stencil. Personally, if he had like the laser engraving thing where you can like shoot a laser down at it, why does he do all this just to do it like Nailsmith and smack it 2 times with a hammer? True, dude. He's making a big mistake, dude. Making this harder than it needs to be. Maybe his beard isn't long enough. That's probably why. Nailsmith has a huge beard, bro. Oh, that's wicked. Nailsmith's a nail god? Facts. Absolute facts. Yo, this is sick, dude. What? Yo, how's he not roasting his fingies, dude? Is he immune? Does he have a spark immunity? We need that charm. Boys, we need that charm. Look how close his fingers are getting. Oh my god. Can you play Crab's game? Absolutely not, dude. We're not playing Crab game. It actually looks kind of cool though. Smacking something makes sharp nail nailsmith vax. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's starting to look sick, boys. Yo, this guy is sick, dude. Hey, at least he has a mask on, man. At least he has a mask on so he doesn't get COVID, right? That's nice. Nice job, bro. Got a Giga mask. I'm guessing he has like some super boots on so he doesn't roast his toes, right? Crabs is suck? Nah, dude. Crabs is good. Song's a bop, too. If you breathe the spark, you die. Don't breathe it. Probably roast your lungs. Yo, that's bad, bro. Look at that. He did a good job. He did a really good job. Is he putting a steel coating over top of it? Nice and toasty toes? Yeah, dude, his toes are roasted. Oh, yeah, he's going to polish it. Crab games C suck? Yes, crab games suck. C is in yes. Spanish, yes. C. You can use it for cutting fish. True. True. We need to get our homie Knight down here, man. Oh, that's bad, bro. Look at that. That is sick. Guys, that looks so sick. He's using that wool to scrape off any excess pieces of metal so it doesn't get stuck in his skin. He's smoothing out the pieces of the metal right now. Cutting Renala, Queen of the Moon. Bro, isn't that an Elden Ring boss? Yo, this is actually sick. How long does it take to polish this thing? I like how it has like that dark coating over to it. It looks like it's cleaned up now. Danny build crabs game. Danny builds made crabs game. Oh, that is sick, boys. What? Now he's sharpening it. I'm gonna see what they can cut with this thing. Once you beat her, she got a snap by Thanos. Nasty, dude. Good lore. It's a window. It's getting cleaned with Windex. Yes. Hey, dude, Windex works miracles. We're gonna get copyrighted so hard by this. This copyright is gonna be wicked, boys. Bro, it's like the size of a dagger, or like a short sword. Like that thing's like the size of a short sword or a dagger, boys. What's he doing now? Then why are we watching it? What are you talking about? Bro, we're watching the video. We gotta finish this. We're too deep, right? We're gonna if we get copyright strike, they'll just claim the money on the video. If you get copyrighted, no, they'll just claim any of the money. They'll copyright me, claim any of the money on the video that I earn, which we don't earn any money from our videos anyway. So right now, it ain't a big deal, Chief. That's a sick video, though. I'm gonna link this in chat. Chat to like that video. That's a sick video. Look, they have it as the game is Hollow Knight Silk Song is the game. Hushlow Culver? Yeah. Boys. Oh, look, they have the Dark Souls 3 Greatsword too. Sick. Can you build Among Us 3D or Among Us 3D? Is suck? Is C-sick? C-suck? Well, I don't know what you guys are talking about. You guys are making my brain hurt, bro. All right, guys. Hey. Again. Guys, I just want to say again. You'll make money. Just wait a year or two. And we'll have popped off. Thanks, homie. I hope so. That'd be really cool. I'll soon birth thee anew with sweetening and fresh and pure. Sounds like a quote from any one of the Souls games that's equally creepy. Guys, thanks for taking the journey with me and on Hollow Knight. That was sick. We had a blast. That was freaking sick. Next game, again, we're going to be running Elden Ring next, guys. All right. You guys, everybody have a good rest of your night. Your weekend, right? It's Sunday tomorrow. Sunday today. It's 12:24 here. And we'll run it back probably Monday or Tuesday. All right? Or tomorrow or Monday. I haven't looked out to a video in a while until I found your channel. Feels good, man. Gorn, whoever the first boss is, I hope we just absolutely slap him. I'm glad, dude. I'm glad we were able to run it. All right, hey, homies, have a good rest of your night. Okay, I'm gonna get me some sleep.